stick broke, bro?
It might have been.
Damn, I would have ate that. Damn.
They got flavor.
5-second rule.
They got flavor.
Here we go.
5-second rule.
How I get rid of this?
Chicken tastes good, Kurt.
Oh, got you.
This is yours from yesterday, right, Kurt?
Huh?
This is yours from
Yeah.
All right, yo, we ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
First stop to the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear. Let's go. Don't stop. You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk, and Todd, the Magnificent.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip hop and sports live.
All right, y'all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is Monday, May 25th. We are live. It is Super Dave along with Coach Kurt,
What you know? What you know?
Surge, the sports star,
What's happening?
Slick, the relic.
Fire Kenny.
Boy, got issues. D Gore's in the building.
Yo.
Shout out to G Money. Shout out to Todd the Magnificent. They chilling on the holiday. We got some special guests in the building also. We got Tiny. And we got the CEO, FAO, Big Boss. Still the great in the building. Orange and blue skies. We here to set it off, baby. So let's talk about it. Let's be about it.
It's a King's Ransom all in the room.
All right, all right. So we got some things get off our chest. First and foremost, want to shout out everybody yesterday. So due to the inclement weather conditions that we had, we changed it last minute. We went to Sapphire in Rockaway Avenue in Valley Stream. It was nice. We're going to talk about maybe trying to do something else. So whoever intended the show, if we didn't get to you, y'all could show up and we could do some things. So meantime, between time, it was a great event. I'm glad we have Steele come in there today. You know, we could just verbalize and talk about some things. I mean, he cooked his tail off over the weekend. We appreciate him. Appreciate Tiny. I appreciate my whole crew coming out. We held it down. I definitely got to shout out my boys, even though me and the sports star, we got lumped up in the place yesterday. But it's all good. I mean, you know, during the stage tournament, we got lumped up a little bit, but you know,
A little bit.
a little bit. But yeah. But yeah, something like that. But you know, we'll survive, and maybe the next time out we'll be covered. But you know, we know what to do.
Next time they take your pants.
Right. But anyway, yeah. So, just figuratively speaking, you know, a shout out to Chef Primo. He held us down. He
Catfish
did his
good.
thing. Catfish, mac and cheese. You know.
Yeah. All
The
that
chef
stuff.
do
All
his
of it
thing.
All of that
Right.
stuff went.
All of it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say again, it was a great, you know, showing because especially like last minute, because if things are going on here, because some people do work, we just couldn't take over the parking lot like for the rain date. And actually it's turned out to be a beautiful day today. But things, you know, happen for a reason sometime, and we just keep it moving. So, you know, today, Memorial Day, shout out to my nephew, Kyle. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Kyle.
birthday.
And shout out to Clarissa Barker. Her birthday was yesterday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
belated.
Clarissa.
Oh, shout out to Julie. Her birthday's today. Julie
Happy
Myers,
birthday,
she
Julie.
showed up. Right, so there's a lot of birthdays going on. Mike G, if you out there, happy birthday to you. I know
Mike
you.
G.
Yeah, the real pimp on the Brooklyn side. You know, know your birthday, but yeah, I'm sorry you ain't make it, but you know, I know you're recovering. But yeah, we got some things to handle right now. Yankees are winning 2-0. Anybody check?
2-1.
2-1. Oops, never mind. Anyway, 8:00 tonight. The Knicks looking for the sweep. So we talking about orange and blue skies. Let's talk about it, Coach. How was your experience yesterday? How was
Come on,
everything?
man.
How are the
Every time.
kebabs?
Have it ready.
The Bobs are
Anytime
good. I
that
had a good
word
time
said-
yesterday. It was had a good crowd, good gathering, people coming together. You know, I like that part. People coming together, you know, to accomplish something.
Peacefully.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
That was
I
the
mean,
beautiful
and that's
part.
all. That's all it's about. You know,
Well, yeah.
getting together, having a good time.
Well, you know,
How many times you hear something jump off at something like that?
yeah, we appreciate the support. Okay, Sports Star,
It
we
was
coming
all
at
the
you
dope.
right now. Your turn. Talk about it, though.
It was beautiful. It was peaceful. I loved it because it was a good crowd. Everybody was about being an adult. Wasn't no nonsense for the most part. Everybody was just chilling and having a good time. Congratulations to the wife. She got lucky. It's funny though, because when the lady called her number, some other lady jumped up talking about, it's me, and was running up there. And Wanda was looking at her number. She said, wait, that's my number. And she was like, come. And then somebody was getting ready to call another number. And she was like, no, wait.
Shout out
They
to
got it
Wanda.
in time. So congratulations, baby.
Yeah, she
Love
might
you.
she might need to play that number. All right, the relic. Let's talk about it.
Yes, it was good. Everything what Sir said. Everything was good. We had good time, good food, good people.
For sure. All right, D, your turn.
It was great. Food was good. Company was good. Played some dominoes. It was all right.
Some dominoes.
Wait. I got one question for you, though, D. When you came in that second time, homeboy patted you down.
Oh, yeah.
You
guy at the door?
you look like a gangster. The guy at the door. And I was like, wait a second, ain't nobody get patted down. Why he patting down D?
Damn.
D looked like a gangster. I
There
knew
was
that's
a few
the
people. I
old.
saw him pat down a few people.
Yeah, he
Nah,
was in
he-
there.
He didn't see you.
And he
later.
came-
He never seen. I don't think he was there when I first came.
Right, he came
Right,
to
Early, 'cause
he came to work
he
late.
came late.
Oh, okay.
And then when I
Right.
saw, because I actually seen Stills when he walked down, and came back in, and I'm looking at the big dog. He just said, So I said, damn, I'll go back out. Like, I ain't gonna
It
give
depends
him-
on
I
how
ain't
far
gonna
you
give him that
left,
smoke,
how
man.
far you walked out.
Nah.
No, because I walked out, but I didn't go far. He seen me out the window.
It don't matter.
So when I came back in, he didn't pat
you
me.
still got to get touched, bro.
And you know, I'm slick to relic, so I don't slip past.
Yeah. We don't look like we gonna rob the whole joint. So that's
right,
why
so-
we don't get patted down.
Right.
Yeah, same
That's
thing.
that light
That,
skin-
reputa-
that's
that
that light skin
reputation follow
energy.
you, D.
That's that
Yeah.
light skin energy.
That's
All right.
Brooklyn energy.
All right, same thing happened to me though, but I seen him when he came to work, and then I was like, he looked like one of the refs that we had in the league
Oh,
and whatnot. It was K-Boy, and then I was like, yo, man, you look just like this ref. He's like, yeah, but I gotta pat you down. I said, no, you don't, man. I just walked out for a second. I'm coming back in. I've been here, so we good. So, I mean, I understand he's doing his job, so you know, it was peaceful. It was peaceful. So, I mean,
I seen him pat. I guess it was the lady bartender. I
mhm.
guess her son came in. He patted the kid down, and then she said she was like waving, and then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
All right. So again, I'm glad everything was smooth. It was like, it's like a blessing in disguise, being that, we had the weather condition the way it was, but the resiliency, the bounce back, and everybody came together. It was just lovely. I mean, I personally think that we should get a cut on the next thing they do there, because people talk about me visiting the place, showing them love and everything. But that's for another day, another way. But anyway, let's talk about the Knicks, y'all. Tonight, well, let's backtrack a little. Yesterday, San Antonio tied the series 2-2, and tonight the Knicks are going for the sweep. If things work out right, the championship game don't start till June 3rd. The Knicks could rest up and they travel west because they got to open up west because both teams have a better record than them.
That's a nice little break.
Right. So yeah, coach. So like, could you just show up, stand up and just show off your shirt right quick for a little second? This is our shirt logo for the next stop, first stop to the next stop. Show us some love. Shout out to Norm checking in on the check-in.
It's
All
also
right.
right here, Dave.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Whenever
Okay.
it's panning on us,
Oop,
it'll be-
my bad. Boom.
There you go, right
All
there.
right.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Shout out yeah to our shirt. We appreciate any support for the show, first stop to the next stop. I think Kurt get ready to turn off his shirt,
No,
but okay.
I got something else.
Kurt go to Kurt is styling profiling. My bad. No, back orange and blue skies, but it's orange and black for him today. Go Knicks, go New York, go New York, go. All right, so the shirt is nice. I think we asked for like $20 for the shirt.
It came out
Anybody
nice, though, I guess.
interested? If not, you can contact any of us. Me, Kurt, Coach, the Sports Star, the Relic, D Gores, Mousy, anybody, right? G Money, anybody,
Yeah, if they want,
we got
the
shirts.
gear, they can go to these two right here,
And I hold it. Tire trades.
You don't want my nickname.
All
I know
right,
you got some.
Yeah,
know
I do.
you got
I
some.
do. I use it in the toilet.
Can't watch it no more.
all right. So, I don't know what we're gonna do with these guys. We're not gonna force to take them to the parade, but we'll figure it out
Yeah.
as time goes
They'll be
on.
right there standing.
We'll
next to us.
figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna be right
Yeah,
there.
they're gonna be right there.
We're gonna figure out.
They had some insurrection people over there.
Yeah, go New York, go New
To
York.
bust down the watch party tonight.
Oh yeah, that's that's a good idea. You're right. I can go there and wear my little Trump stuff and get some of that slush money that he's giving away and tell him I was abused.
It ain't for us. So whatnot.
It will be if I'm at a Nick thing, it'll be for me.
I don't think that's gonna work.
I'll make it work. Don't worry, Dave.
I'm
I'll cut you
not-
in.
I'm
I'll
not.
cut you
I'm
in,
not.
Dave. You're a Nick fan, but I'll cut you in.
I'm not really concerned. I'm good. I'm good. So we on the come up. As we move around. All right, Nick game tonight. Coach, could we sweep them tonight? What do you think? You think they
I'm gonna say yes.
right for the picking?
I say yes. I think, like as Steele said earlier, they took their heart out last game. They didn't compete. I think around the third quarter they gave up. That's the way I looked at it. Maybe some people saw it different, but I think they gave up. I do think it looks like what's his name is a little hurt, but he ain't hurt enough that he can't get on the floor. So,
Mitchell.
yeah, because he don't look explosive. He can. My boy calls him a park boy. He calls him a rucker park guy because his game is going back and forth, going to the basket and everything like that. But Harden's not playing well, and they don't use Mobley enough. So that's my theory on it.
Oh, okay.
You saying they don't use him enough?
I think Mobley should get the ball more and get more shots.
But don't he? I mean, he be in the paint all the time though.
So I don't mean he's getting the ball.
He's not shooting though. That's
No,
what
he's
you mean.
not getting the ball.
He's not getting the ball to shoot.
Right. That's the way I look at it.
Okay. So
To me, honestly, he should be getting the second most shots on that team.
maybe we should. I don't know. We're gonna give the Relic his moment in the spotlight. What do you think?
Fire Kenny.
Right. So
It
if
starts with Kenny. Dave, I'm not listening to you right
I'm not question
All
to
right,
you,
go ahead.
sir, is
now. Hey,
if they win tonight, does he get fired before or
he's
after
going
the
to
show?
get fired until he loses.
All right.
mean, when he loses, he should be up out of there. I'm not saying that they're going to fire him, but he did enough and said enough. He hasn't done enough, but he said enough to get fired.
And let me ask you another question. Why are you so hostile?
Because I was the only one that in here telling y'all who he was.
He's not even on your team anymore.
It doesn't matter. I told y'all who he
He's
was.
not your coach no more. So what you worried about?
It doesn't matter. I told y'all who he was. Y'all was bigging him up. John Green was bigging him up.
Who was bigging him up?
Everybody in here ask him.
No, I don't remember that.
Nobody
Yeah,
in
I
here
know.
was bigging
Now
him up.
Cat's got
Stop that.
amnesia.
No, who
Now
was bigging
Cat-
him up?
Now Cat's got amnesia.
Who
When I
was
was
bigging
telling
him up?
y'all he was terrible, y'all kept saying positive stuff about
What
him.
show?
I told y'all 3 things.
We have to look back in the archives.
Yeah, I know. I've looked back in the archives.
But I know you usually
Bring up
I know you usually play it.
because he told Irving
Oh,
this.
Serge, roll the
I,
clip.
I
He
know
know I-
No, he ain't lying because we always said that Kenny did a good job with the Nets.
So listen, I told y'all the 3 things he has a problem with,
Okay.
right? And he basically brought it up today.
Right.
His time management is terrible. He always called timeouts when the TV timeout comes. That means he's not calling a timeout. He's saving his timeouts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In that first game when they went on that 40-11 run or whatever it was,
Right.
he said, I like to finish the end of the game with timeouts.
Take it down. Though.
Yeah, he did say that.
He had 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I know.
Take it down.
Actually, he had 4.
he had 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, 4.
Whatever he had, he,
Right.
20 seconds
But I
left.
think after the 3-minute thing or 2 minutes,
20
you lose.
seconds
A
left,
mandatory.
and he got 3 timeouts. Or 20 seconds left, he got 2 timeouts. Dude, what are you doing? You not only is he's giving the Knicks disadvantage,
Right.
he got Cleveland against him now, the fans.
Mhm.
So game 2, what does he do? He's not a tactician. Game 2, what would they talk about in game 2? The fact that he fouled Mitchell Robinson. Y'all got 7 minutes left in the game, and now y'all in the penalty. Excuse me, and they took Mitchell Robinson out.
Right.
So now he's in the free throw penalty for 7 minutes.
But they didn't take advantage of the situation.
It doesn't matter. You don't put them in that situation. You don't put the Knicks in that situation.
I get what you're saying. But the whole idea was they figured Mitchell would miss the free throws and they can come
Right.
down and score.
Right.
But it didn't work out that way.
But see, this is my thing. You got to pick your poison. It's either if we put them on the line, we got to understand that we're in the penalty for the next 7 minutes.
I think
And-
they knew that. Right.
Come on, that's Kenny. When you think about it, when you start thinking about certain things, then you say, all right, well, who are we talking about?
Right.
It's Kenny. That's how all right, so no, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Third game. What happened in the third game? Y'all remember how, oh yeah, like you said, they gave up.
Right. They did give up.
They wasn't even trying after a while.
Well, the third quarter, I thought they gave up.
Yeah, they gave up. You know what I'm saying? So when you start thinking about all that stuff, and then you look at his analytic stuff, it's like, yo, if I throw up as many threes, as many 2s you throw up,
Right.
we should win by 1 point. That's basically what he was talking about today.
I get that. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you know why he's still saying that? Because Golden State started this as far as winning championships.
Right.
Then they added KD
Okay.
to the situation,
Right.
right? He is chasing that. So now once you chase that, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios where I got fed up with him.
Mm-hmm.
The first scenario was when Dinwiddie made a shot at the buzzer and mid-range jump shot. He made the shot and we won the game.
Right.
When they interviewed Dinwiddie right after the game, he said he was scared to take that shot because Kenny don't want us to take them shots. But that shot wins you the game. You don't have to take a 3 to win the game.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Dinwiddie did not want to take that shot.
Mhm.
The other game that made me mad was when Porzingis and Kanter was on the Knicks, and he got Rondae Hollis-Jefferson defending him. Kanter finishes with 22
You
rebounds.
talking about when he was on the Nets?
Yes.
Okay.
Kanter finished with 22 rebounds.
Kanter was always a good rebound.
Right, but he's going up against 6'7" Hollis-Jefferson.
So
And so is Porzingis.
so
Because he's using small ball.
Right.
so
Because he sees Draymond Green
well,
guarding
hold
centers.
on.
He's trying to make him look like a Draymond Green type player.
I got you, but so you've been scarred for a long time,
So now-
basically.
so-
with,
so
wait
now-
a second. So you've been scarred for a long time with.
No, because everyone keeps saying he's a great coach. No, he's not a great coach.
Who says that? Nobody says
No,
that.
I
Oh,
mean,
my
A great coach or a good coach?
Good coach, great coach. You heard what?
Wait a minute.
let me
Last year, did they have the best record?
Okay, and
So
Where
that
they
means
go?
that means they did
Where
a
did
good
they
job.
go?
They did a good job.
No, because now let me tell you why I was gonna bring up the other part of why
Okay.
he still does what he does.
Okay.
Because Boston won the championship with that.
Can I add
Once
to that?
Boston won the championship with that, that verifies that what he's doing is right.
Can I add
hold
to
up.
that?
Go, coach.
Well, coming into the playoffs, Garland was hurt.
Mhm.
So now your starting point guard is
You
hurt.
talking about last year?
Last year, they
Right.
had the best record coming
Right,
into the
right,
player.
right.
Garland was hurt.
Right.
And I think another one of the guards, the forwards. I mean, I don't know if it was Wade or Melo. One of them guys was hurt too.
Mhm.
So now Mitchell playing a lot of minutes,
Mhm.
and then he's trying to score and everything
Mhm.
like that. That one game that they had against Indiana,
Mhm.
I think he ran out of breath because he could have tied the
Right.
game up with the free throws. He
Right.
missed them, missed both
Right.
of them, matter of fact.
Right.
And he didn't have anything left.
Right.
Because he's trying to do it all.
I understand, but
Okay.
what you said is correct.
Right.
All right. Let me go back to the Boston stuff.
Mhm.
Boston lost because of that same attitude of throwing up threes.
They had a different team.
No, but throwing up the three, regardless of what's going on.
That worked for them during the season. Yes.
I understand that.
Right. But you know the playoffs are a
Hold-
different story.
Exactly.
Hold up. Let me ask you because I get somewhat where you're going, but like Boston does the same thing.
Mhm.
But wasn't it Mike D'Antoni that started doing that?
Right, right. But we're
And
not going to go that far back.
Why?
That's I just
Why
look at-
not? Because
Golden
listen,
State won the championship,
but wait a
won
minute.
with it.
but no, that was Steve Kerr. I don't
It's still
think he
Golden
was from
State.
under. I don't think he was with Mike D'Antoni.
No,
And
I know. I
I
understand.
think
that.
it was like he was under Popovich.
Mhm.
But Mike D'Antoni came from overseas and
Mhm.
started that. Now I don't know if Kenny Atkinson was associated
Right,
with
right.
him
Well, like I said,
or the Boston coach who was under.
you don't have to be under anybody to say, "Yo, this is the style of basketball I'm gonna play." And look, he was with Steve Kerr for a minute when
Yeah,
he
he
left
was.
the Nets.
He
He
was
was
on
assistant coach to Steve Kerr.
But I don't
So-
think he was there during the championship year.
Yeah, he
No,
was.
He won one. He
Oh,
won one. with
just
them.
one.
Yeah, he won one
Just
with
one.
them.
The
I don't
last
know.
one they won.
Yeah, I looked it
He
up.
wasn't with them the other one.
Right.
But let me
Mike Brown was.
yeah, Mike Brown. But
Right.
let me put this in there.
Shout out Scott.
Golden State
I did.
won because they had the two best shooters in the league.
Exactly.
Now that makes a big difference.
Yes.
And they had some mid-range guys in
Yes.
between. You had David West.
Yes.
You had Iguodala.
Yes.
You had mid-range guys.
Yes.
So it can't be just all chucking up.
There
threes.
was a point where I don't know how he is right now,
Who?
but what you said was a good point. But
Right.
there was a point where he wanted no mid-range shooters. He wants threes and layups. That was what y'all was clowning me about.
No,
Threes
wait
and layups.
a second.
Hold on, let me finish.
No, wait. I'm trying to remember because and of course you got a great memory on tape,
Not
but we
really. I
wasn't.
got a great video on YouTube.
But
that,
I don't recall.
that I could go back.
I just don't recall everybody clowning you on Kenny
Oh,
Atkinson.
the
being,
amnesia is real in here today. But anyway, let me finish, Dave. So
I really
So
think
look,
you finished. We
so
should
look,
be talking orange and blue
Kurt,
skies, but I'm gonna go
this
back
is
to you.
what
Go
Kurt
ahead.
has a point at.
Mhm.
Mobley should be getting just as many shots.
He should be.
He ain't getting that many shots. You know why? Because he wants everybody out there
Outside,
throwing
yeah.
them up.
Right.
Right? When he was here, he said, he contemplated wanting Jared Allen to shoot threes. I was like, yo, why Jared Allen can't shoot mid-ranges and work his way out?
Right.
He wants Jared to make threes all the way. I always said right now, Jared Allen is a young Tyson Chandler. That's all he is.
Yeah. I
When
give
you
you
look
that.
at him now,
Yeah.
that he's still that way.
Yeah,
He
he
has
has-
not changed.
No, he hasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was what was going on.
Well, he probably don't work on it. You work on
Right,
what
he's
you,
not
what you're
working on
good
that.
at. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. So what I want to say is I thought that like if you was triggered because I think we might have said that he was decent with the Nets, and when KD and Kyrie and them came
I
along,
was just about to bring
they
them
were
up.
saying that
They didn't want him.
we ain't need
Let me
him.
tell you this.
Mhm.
Remember when Horry threw the shirt in Danny Ainge's face?
Yes.
Right. When did that story come out? You seen it
You seen
25 years ago,
Right.
but you never knew the story.
We saw the game.
But you never knew the story why. Right?
Okay.
Horry just came out with the story this year or last year.
all
All right,
What
what's
did he
the
say?
story? Yeah.
Oh, he talked about
What's the story, Jerry?
He talked about Ainge throwing the ball in Mario Elie face, and we didn't want you on this team, idiot.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So guess what? That's the story about Kyrie and Kyrie with Kenny. You wait 10, 20 years. Watch that story. Watch the real story come out of why they didn't want him.
What, they didn't want
Because
the
we don't
offense?
know right now.
They didn't want the type of offense
I'm
that he
just
was
saying.
going to run.
That's what I
But
believe.
what do you think?
That's what I believe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can
Because
see that.
you got two great mid-range shooters right there.
Right.
but you want them to stay outside and shoot the 3 all day.
Yeah. I can.
So
If
that
that
story
comes
gonna
out,
come out, right.
I can see that.
I'm telling you, that story gonna come out.
It took 25 years for Robert Horry to
Horry
bring his
wasn't
story
gonna
out.
say it
He
while he's
wasn't
in the
saying
league.
that stuff earlier.
Right, he wasn't gonna
So
say
it
that in
took
the league.
25 years for the story to come out. So
Yes.
we got to wait another 25 years.
Maybe, hopefully before we pass.
But look,
You'll
who they
be all
brought in.
right. You'll be here.
The only thing I can say about that is like, look who they brought in. They brought in Steve Nash, who had never been
I didn't
coaching,
want Steve Nash either.
but they did because
Right.
they could do
Right.
what the hell they wanted
Right.
to do.
Good,
You're right.
good
But
comeback,
the
coach.
The thing is, Kenny now got everybody against him now because of his interview yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he believes
Well, he
in
made
his
a mistake.
mind
Yeah, he made
that
a
if I shoot enough threes, see, you can say I'm gonna shoot enough threes, but you're not looking at 22 Carden's 12 turnovers, 15 turnovers. You're not looking at how good the Knicks is shooting. You're just looking at if we shoot enough threes, we should win this game by 1 point.
So,
I don't need to change nothing else on the floor.
Right.
all right. So, right quick, because we need to bring Steele in and
Mhm.
we're going to talk some Knicks stuff. Now, we ain't here to talk about losers. But meantime, in between time, like-
He said the loser.
Serge gotta go.
Yeah, son. What? So you
Gotta
saying
go.
Serge the loser?
Gotta go where?
Next, you go ahead.
Oh, I
Serge.
thought you were
I
saying
ain't got
something
nothing
else.
to say.
he ain't got nothing to say. He got on the Brooklyn Nets thing. What are he going to say?
I
They
ain't got nothing to
losers.
say. I'm just waiting to the crash.
Thank you.
That's all.
The crash is coming.
When the crash come, then I'm
All right,
ready.
all right.
Yo,
So,
Steve,
we
all
tell
the
you-
haters
so
over
here-
there, man.
here
We
we
tell
go.
you guys this.
so
as
wait a
courtesy.
second. Pause.
As a
Pause.
courtesy, oh my
Pause.
God.
Actually, we shouldn't even allow you guys to talk because you're deep at sea. So how could anybody hear you? What not?
Exactly.
You
Well,
are
we done.
deep
I'm
at
done.
sea.
I got my Kenny rant.
Yeah, he got his
I'm
Kenny
done.
rant.
All right.
He's
All
done.
right,
Shout out to Todd because Todd said,
all right, Steele.
Mongo, you're right.
Is my mic on? Is my
There you
mic
go.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It sounds like it's on.
All right, Steele. Let's
I'm
talk.
Cancun. Shout out to all the
I mean,
shout out to all the Nets
but
fans in
you
the
should
building.
come. You should come over here and be on the
You
camera.
want me to go on the camera?
get up.
Oh,
Cancun
man.
with 2K.
All right, yo. So what we gonna do? We gonna bring Steele in and whatnot, and he gonna just, all the Knicks fans, right? But all the Knicks fans stand up, all right? All the Knicks fans stand up. Orange and blue skies, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, matter of fact, they.
You gotta be on camera, Dave.
Oh.
It's only gonna take me 5 minutes.
Ah.
Like this series.
This
series only lasted 5 minutes.
All right, well, cool.
Is this Michael? Yeah. This
Yeah,
series,
we are.
The series only lasted 5 minutes, man. You know what I mean? Listen, man.
Look,
I heard what everybody said.
All right, cool.
I heard everybody making excuses for Kenny Atkinson,
I'm
whatever,
making
whatever.
excuses.
Listen, man, the better team is winning right now. The Knicks they found something that worked.
Right.
All the film that people used all year against them is basically in the garbage right now.
Right.
They benefiting from having the rest during the first round.
Mm-hmm.
The second round after they swept what was that team?
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Right.
And you're about to have rest again.
And they're about to have rest again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's good because OG's hamstring isn't 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Now I will say this, right? Cleveland, they look like a tired team.
Mhm.
You were talking about Donovan Mitchell looking like he's hurt. Now he's tired. They just went through a 7-game series with Detroit.
Right.
7
and
with
then they had to
Toronto.
turn around and only had 2 days rest to come and play a Knicks team that was fully rested, chilling. The best shot that they have is after that first game was over.
Right.
Once they blew that 20-point lead, that first game, it's like the Knicks took their soul and everything went downhill after that.
So what do you think, other than them being tired, what do you think about their offense?
It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a park basketball team. They rely heavily on isolation basketball.
Right, true.
Donovan Mitchell
Yes.
trying to take his man one-on-one. James Harden at 38 years old,
Right.
trying to take the younger guards to the
Mhm.
hole. It's not working.
No.
You know what I mean? Evan Mobley, I agree with everybody. They aren't using him enough.
No.
You know what I mean? It was one game, was it game 3 or game 2? He had
First
15
half.
points in the first half
Right.
and scored nothing else
Nothing
after
after
that.
Exactly.
That's what makes me think that
Basketball.
rigged.
Fire.
Basketball is rigged.
Basketball is rigged.
Basketball ain't rigged.
I had a
It's
ticket
terrible.
that day and I was pissed because of that. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of you. When you gamble, you start seeing a lot of this stuff. Like game, what was it? Game 1, The Knicks down 20. The spread was 10 points for them to win. And they covered the spread 11 points after being down 20.
What do you think about that?
With 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I can't.
He didn't bet on the Knicks.
You know what?
They disagree with him.
I'm not going to disagree with nothing he said because I had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets 7.5 assists yesterday. He had 7 assists in the third quarter. Didn't play not 1 minute in the fourth quarter.
You know what I mean?
Not 1 minute. So I know the call went in. I don't even want to hear it.
Hold up.
But
They looked and saw what you bet.
yeah, listen,
Yo,
listen,
yo.
They singling you
It's
out.
not just me. It's not just me.
do that.
There was probably a whole
We're not
bunch of
gonna do
people
that.
had that
Yeah,
bet.
of course.
Bet you.
But all jokes aside,
Come on now.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't around for the first the second championship that they had in franchise.
I was.
history, right? Y'all were there.
I was there for both of them.
I was here too.
Y'all
No,
were
you
there
wasn't.
for both of them.
I was so
right?
much.
No, you wasn't.
The city
He wasn't
is gonna
working
go,
on basketball then.
The city is gonna go bonkers.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get the NYPD already. He's like, yo, they don't want no more watch parties
Right,
and
right.
none of that
They
because
fight. They
it's too
start.
much.
They try.
Yeah, they
Nick
They talk about having
Nick
one in-
fans are
Right.
trouble.
New
In
York
Radio
is-
City?
Huh?
Or is it
Yeah, Radio City.
Radio City?
That's where instead of going at the Garden, they going to Radio
Radio
City.
City, yeah.
They moved the whole thing to Radio City instead of
Don't they
going
got the
into the
Sony
Garden.
Trinitron
Had to.
And don't they still got the Sony Trinitron in Midtown?
Well,
They're not
they're
happening
not going to
outside.
have anything
Oh, okay.
outside. So at least that's what they're going to try to do. If people congregate
Mhm.
outside, that's on them. But what are they looking at?
Right.
You know, so it got to make it make sense. And I guess, you know, like in spite of people trying to downplay and they say, yo, we need to be peaceful or whatever, people still going to congregate and they're going to
Well,
do their
yeah,
own
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So there might be people outside Radio City
That's a
and
fact.
whatnot,
It's
just
gonna
like
be
getting ready
fans.
to take off. Right.
It's
So,
gonna be fans everywhere, and what we seeing is history, right?
yes.
They're on a 10-game winning streak. They haven't lost since
Game
2 or game
Game
3
three of Atlanta.
of Atlanta.
Right.
Right.
They on a 10-game winning streak. That's
Right.
they set a Knicks playoff record.
Right.
They set an NBA players. They set an NBA history record by point differential. The way that they kill
Yes.
teams. You know what I mean? It's and facts. You know what I mean? So we're watching something special right now, and a lot of these guys, the Kenny Smith, well, not Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith is playing both sides, but
Mhm.
Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal,
Mhm.
Draymond Green, all of these talking heads that have been in mainstream media for
Mhm.
so long, they made a living off of clowning the Knicks.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Now they look back. It's like somebody that talk about you behind their back, but then when they see you and they try to give you credit in front of everybody else, people gonna look at them like you a fraud. You know what I mean? So
welcome to your world.
You said about me. I ain't saying that.
so they
Yeah,
want
we
to
ain't
hold
say
on
nothing.
to their hate. They want to hold on to their hate, but they can't because it's undeniable.
If it's in front of their face.
It's right in front of their face. Come on, they're about to do 2 back-to-back sweeps.
Right.
Semifinals in the Eastern Conference Finals. That hasn't been done. I've never seen that before.
He made a good point.
Who?
We was talking you. I'm giving you some
You
props.
ain't saying my name on camera.
Oh, say
I'm on camera.
it. Say
What you
it, say
talking
it, coach.
You said he. Nobody know who he is.
I'm
on the
pointing
radio.
at you, man.
Nobody
Oh,
knows
well,
who he
yo,
is
come
the
on.
radio.
Could you call him out? Call him the Valley.
Nobody knows who he
This
is.
guy,
on the
this
radio.
guy.
That they don't know who you're talking about.
This guy. He made a good point
Excuse me, coach.
at the party. right?
Excuse me, coach. Who made a good point? Could you
Him.
say who?
This guy here.
Him right
What's his name?
Mongo.
The Relic. Say the
The
Relic.
Relic.
The
The
Relic. Yeah, there you go.
He's
Whoa,
saying
whoa,
that you talk about how the Knicks 11 game winning streak, whatever, in the playoffs. It was against teams that were their seeding is below us.
Right.
Beat
Right.
So I
the
said, well,
teams
that's
that's in
not
front
their
of you.
fault. You
It's not
play
their
who's
fault.
in front of you.
That's a fact.
You're right.
Because Boston lost and
Right.
Detroit
Look
lost.
at, and Orlando almost beat the number 1 seed.
But
Detroit.
but see, but
they
look,
took them to
But
7.
look,
Right.
this is why you fight to get in the playoffs because you never know what the scenario is going to wind up being. You can't just say, "Oh, we ain't making the playoffs." No, get into the playoffs because a situation like this might happen.
Is that
And the Knicks are playing their best basketball in the playoffs. They wasn't playing as good
right?
in regular season.
So what's the next problem?
Huh? We was going for lottery picks.
Yeah, and I gotta say
We
this.
setting up.
You said
I
no.
gotta
Yes, we
say that.
setting up.
Set
Yeah.
up for
Because
what?
I ain't gonna talk no more after this.
Nah. We got some more questions though.
So I gotta say this on camera because me and Dave were at plenty games about 2 seasons ago,
Right.
Okay.
and I was killing Jalen Brunson. I was killing him.
I think
you-
we all did.
Well, yeah.
Are you
And
apologizing?
who
I'm
else
apologizing
was
to
the
him.
only one supporting Jalen?
You wasn't putting.
Yes, I was.
Stop
Yes,
it,
I was.
man. No, you wasn't.
Because
man.
I was saying Jalen and Cam. I like them 2 cats. Come on,
Yeah.
now,
You
stop.
was not saying.
All right. No.
Y'all gotta keep
I
your soldier
remember.
chase.
I remember that.
You remember
Thank
him?
you.
I remember him
Don't make no
saying.
jokes, Dave.
But I remember him. I
I'm
actually
gonna tell you what he
remember
said
him.
yesterday too.
No, I remember him saying
After you
Cam and Jalen
Right.
and whatnot. He like.
He said they were the same.
No, they weren't.
He did say that
I
yesterday.
thought you said it too.
No, he said that yesterday.
He's trying to flip it right now.
You didn't
Because
say
I
that
said
yesterday?
I said as far
Okay.
as getting their baskets, yes. Because they both know. You say Cam don't play the defense, and Jalen don't either.
Cam don't look for nobody else, man.
He plays.
That's a fact.
No, his
Yeah.
assists are better.
Better than who?
Jalen's assists is better than him.
Because Cam don't look at nobody. else.
He got assists too. He got.
What are you talking about? Throwing it off the back
Sometimes,
to yourself?
sometimes you're just in the right position. Listen, sometimes you're in the right spot at the right time. He's just an undersized shooting guard that can't play point guard.
He's taller than Jay.
Jalen
Well,
can play point guard. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's the difference. Cam can't play point guard.
I like that still.
Even though they trying to make him a
I
point
agree.
guard.
Right?
What
That's not.
I agree what he said
Mhm.
as far as changing his tune about maybe Brunson, but I think part of that is
Yeah.
because they ran the
Camera on
ball
Coach Dave.
through-
Camera on Coach Dave. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
they
I'm sorry.
ran, they ran the ball
I'm
through Cat,
Right.
and they
I'm
took
sorry,
the ball
I'm
out of his hand.
Yes.
Right.
Otherwise, he'd still be pounding the ball, trying to get his shot, and nobody else touching the ball.
Yes.
Because there's plenty of times, even now, because when they came back in the game, who was doing all the scoring? Jalen,
Jalen
right?
Brunson.
Who was doing all he wasn't passing the ball, nobody.
Right.
They got the switch. Harden was checking him,
Yes.
playing no D like he always do.
Oh, we keep
Oh,
shit.
my
Just letting
God.
them give. You might as well open the gate. Say, "Yo,
He-
go ahead."
He was tasting like them Shiska bars.
Right,
over there.
exactly. Heavy on the sauce.
Heavy on the
Heavy on the sauce, man. Yo, go ahead. Let me open the gate for you,
Yeah,
man.
for
Come on.
real.
How's this shit about?
Oh man.
Right,
that's
exactly.
How are they?
But I got
Great.
just
Yeah,
getting off
coach.
the subject. Just no, I still want to stay on basketball.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna throw this at you. What do you think? I don't think LeBron really wants to leave LA. I think. What do you think about him going to the Clippers?
To the Clippers.
He's still in LA, still can do his movies and all of that stuff and his businesses and stuff like that. The Clippers can use him. They got Kawhi adding him, and the guy's a billionaire, so he can afford him.
So
I
I think they can give him the money.
I don't. Nah, I don't. I
Their
don't,
payroll's not as big as the Lakers,
I don't. Yeah. For
so
him,
that he ain't gonna get the money at the Lakers,
nah, you gotta look at it from a business standpoint, right? LeBron is a brand,
right?
you know what I mean. You don't want to cheapen your brand either. You know what I mean? So he will really cheapen his brand by going from the Lakers to now going to play for the Clippers
Okay,
in LA.
right.
They can't offer him anything. Plus, Kawhi Leonard is there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that'll work over there. And at this point in his career, his son, I think the main reason for him to go to LA in the first place
Right.
was to build his businesses for one.
Right,
And Bronny was going to college at the time.
right,
And he was in school in high school
right. He was
in
at
LA.
USC, right?
And then he ended up going to USC.
Right.
So it was a way for him to be closer to his son. Now his son is in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
His younger son is still at Arizona. He's probably not leaving anytime soon. So his roots is already planted there. I think now it's him planning for life after basketball.
Right.
So he already got his roots in LA. And shout out to my co-host Ali Vegas, man.
Mhm.
On Friday nights, you know, we do the archive.
Okay.
He put a scenario out there
Mhm.
that at first me and a bunch of Knicks fans wasn't really feeling, but he was like, look, the perfect scenario. No, I'm just putting a theory out there.
No, we'll
The
listen.
perfect scenario for LeBron,
Go to Brooklyn,
right? Not Brooklyn, hell no. That'll cheapen his
He
brand
trying
even
to make
more.
it
Like
He said
What-
cheap.
would
He said
be
cheap in his
But-
brand.
I'm gonna get him later.
because you got to look at it, right?
Okay,
Coming to New York, he's gonna get whatever he wants.
Yo, now give him the boo.
Knicks. No. I'm just.
I'm listening. Go
I'm not
ahead.
saying that I want it, but it
Right.
makes sense because
No.
think about it. Right now, the Knicks are not in the sweepstakes to get Giannis anymore. It's
No,
over.
no.
That talk is crazy talk right now. So they probably gonna stay with Cat, right?
Yeah.
You still want to improve the team because all other teams that lost, they're gonna retool during
course
the
they will.
offseason. Even That team in Oklahoma City, all them first round picks they had,
They
they can probably
use
get
them right
Giannis.
now.
They can probably go get Giannis, right?
Yeah,
They got 2 picks in the
No,
first
but
round.
Exactly.
No, they might package them to get higher up.
This
But
is
You're
what
gonna
I'm
have
saying.
to throw a player in there. You're gonna
no,
have
it
to.
doesn't matter. They don't
But-
care. They already
but-
loaded.
But this is what I mean. And the biggest thing that the Knicks showed that they were missing
Right.
until they unlocked Cap was what? A
Okay.
facilitator,
A
right?
facilitator.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So in comes a scenario where LeBron James comes in.
Mm.
He's a big body.
Right.
He can facilitate the ball. You're not looking at him to be a scorer because you got Jalen Brunson do that. And you've seen a video of him breaking down
Yes.
their whole team and their offense, which means that he's paying attention to what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's close to Mike Brown. You know what I mean?
Okay.
From his time in, what was it, Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Yes. And he can come here as a free agent where they don't have to even pay him a lot of money. He's already a billionaire athlete, so money isn't a big thing for him right now. So coming to New York would be a great business move for him to expand. And it'll be and you gotta no. And you have to look at the fact that he's been recording himself too, like how they did with The Last Dance.
Yeah.
He's been doing the same thing. What's the great and this is a theory again.
Mhm.
What's the greatest place to end it all?
New York.
On Broadway.
Why
in New
you
York,
touch
it?
right?
Why you
Because I
touch
just
it?
want you to understand. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not just shooting from the hip. It's like it's
Johnny
all
got something to
strategic.
say here?
It's all strategic.
Oh, I thought he was gonna right.
It's all
Let
strategic.
me go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna say
Let's go,
something.
sir.
Oh,
Let's go,
Bring your
sir.
mic
Because
closer, man.
because
Let's go, sir.
if the Knicks don't win a championship this year, it don't make sense for them to bring in a 42-year-old man to think that they're going to win it next year when the same 2 teams from the West is just going to be better
Yeah.
and no older.
But you're not
What?
bringing
How
him
is
here
he going to
score.
help
You're
them?
not bringing him here to score. You're bringing him here for experience and to facilitate.
So then what are you giving
that-
up? If he comes
Nothing
in,
because he's
a free
He's a
agent.
free agent.
And you're going to sign him, and I don't see that
All right, so
scenario.
let me give you the scenario.
I don't
that-
see that
Let
scenario
me give you what
working
I'm
at
hearing.
all.
I'm gonna
What's
give
that?
you what I'm hearing.
But
End
I
of
mean,
the streets.
No, packaging Mobley for Giannis and bringing LeBron to Cleveland.
do they
That's
have
what
picks?
I'm hearing.
Do they have picks?
Nah.
It can't be just Mobley.
No, you're packaging him. That means you're gonna send whatever you
They
can.
gonna
I
want
don't know.
picks.
I don't
They
know
gonna
what
want-
they have.
Well, you just gotta.
I'm telling you,
You
what,
bringing it up?
yeah, but
Hold
I don't
up,
know what
hold
they
up,
have. I'm
hold-
just telling you what they talk
Hold
about.
up, me and Coach gonna help. We gonna package Mobley and Harden. But is Harden contract up?
I don't
also?
know.
I think it
I don't
is.
know.
I
I'm
think
just
it
telling you
is.
what the rumors in Cleveland is. Getting
How- you got
LeBron back,
your
packaging Mobley and bringing Giannis there. So
Well,
it'll be
well,
LeBron
Does
well-
Giannis want to go there?
I don't know, but where Giannis? We don't know where Giannis was.
I
Well,
don't know where
And
gonna
he
go.
made a good point. Like the other teams are trying to load up in the offseason. And that's a good point. Top free agents are not going to Detroit.
No.
No, top free agents ain't going to Detroit.
Uh-uh.
Top free agents ain't going to. Well, they
Cleveland.
might go to Cleveland, maybe. Before Detroit,
You
It
ever
yeah.
been-
depends
Cleveland?
on who's there.
I almost
No.
lost my life in
I think-
Cleveland.
I
in
think-
Top free
2008.
agents ain't
I
going
think
to
it-
At a
Detroit.
Wendy's. Of all
Top
places.
free
I done
agents
been
are not
Wendy's,
going to
blood,
Detroit.
Yeah, but LeBron
Or
No,
Milwaukee.
I'm talking about Cleveland.
why wouldn't you want to play with Kay Cunningham?
As I said, it depends on who's
What's in
there.
Detroit?
It
I ain't
don't,
talking about the
it don't
team.
matter where
It
you at no
does.
more. No, it
It
doesn't.
does.
The NBA
It
is
does.
so huge.
No.
It don't matter where you play at.
It does matter.
They're gonna get somebody.
It does
that-
matter.
That's
Well,
the fallacy
somebody
y'all
Not a
like
top,
to
Wait,
believe.
not a top tier free
That's,
agent.
not a
that's
top
the
tier.
fallacy y'all like to believe that it matters. It,
It
don't
does
matter. 'Cause
matter.
You got guys all over the league playing.
So how come they haven't gotten nobody yet? And they've been
They've been
They've
building
been-
young. They haven't been building free agent. The only free agent they went for is Tobias Harris. They didn't go after
they
nobody.
probably gonna let
They're
him go.
building the team through the draft.
What draft? They haven't got the top.
Duran, Cunningham,
Durham has been there what 3-4 years now?
3 years.
I think
Okay,
they
so
got
they
their
haven't
young
had
Cunningham,
they haven't had a high draft choice in the last couple of years.
but they still build Jenkins. They building their team through the draft.
Okay,
Not
let me
everybody builds through free agency.
let me say this. They had a better offensive team last year than they do this year. They still good defensively, but they had Beasley.
And that
Obviously,
and
he
he
had his
he got it
troubles.
right. That's why
He
they
had-
had a
and they had
problem. 'Cause he was
Hardaway.
still been there.
And they had Hardaway, right? So now they
And
didn't-
Schroeder.
They didn't bring right. They didn't bring back Beasley.
They could.
I mean, not Beasley. They didn't bring back Hardaway, and they didn't bring back Schroeder.
Tim Hardaway.
He was on the team last year. He was
So-
on Detroit last year.
So what is Detroit really lacking? If Cade is
They
the
lacking
one,
offensive
What is-
firepower.
what-
Guys that
number
can get
two?
theirs on their own.
And
They
Beasley.
don't have that.
And you talking about who's a free agent that's so big that's going to come out this year
and go to Detroit? That's the difference.
Who's a free agent? Period.
Well, I didn't look at all the free agents, but I'm just
Look at him. I want to know who's out there.
Steph ain't going nowhere.
Steph ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going to Detroit.
He might end up in Charlotte.
I'll be surprised if he leaves
I
Golden
doubt
State
that
ever.
either, too.
with his father.
I could see him going to Charlotte before I see him going anywhere else
Steph
besides
Curry.
Golden State.
Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Charlotte ain't got that. I mean, I know all
He
the
was
teams
born
got
in
money
Cleveland,
now.
but he
They
grew
play
up in
that style.
Charlotte.
They
Grew
going
up in
anywhere,
Charlotte.
but just remaining where
They
he
play
at.
that style of basketball.
Yes,
Retiring
yeah.
there.
More than likely,
But
that's
you
the scenario he's going to end up
With
in
his father.
Golden State.
And
Just
retire there.
retire right in Golden
Yeah,
State,
that's what
play
I
his whole
see.
career there.
His father's not
That's
coaching.
probably
His
what's
father's
gonna happen.
doing the
His father
telecast
executive.
over there.
His father, he's
But you guys
retired.
can be right, some
Never
as
know.
people get later on in their life, they might do that. But that's why I said LeBron might go back to Cleveland.
Yeah, Golden State is done. That
You know what I'm
ship is
saying?
set.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't say Steph, might go to what's name and not say LeBron might go back to Cleveland.
But you
can't
don't
say
think
that.
like when these guys make these moves, they looking business wise, and do I have a chance to win over there?
I think Jimmy Butler would fit properly in
I don't care where Jimmy
in
Butler
Detroit.
goes, man.
You don't think so?
I'm too cool with Jimmy.
Yeah?
Butler,
I
man.
forgot.
He played half a season, and
He got legitimately hurt though, coach.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, but he's always getting hurt near the end of the season. Always. You check it. The last few years, he's always getting hurt near the end of the season.
What about Julius Randle
I'm
He
through with
might
him
be-
too, man.
He might actually be out of there.
in Detroit? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna last in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Nah,
he might actually be
nah.
out of there.
Let me do
He might wind up on Brooklyn because of all this stuff going on.
let me do
Y'all
some
can use
quick
it.
shout
I'm just
outs.
saying, he might wind up
Yeah,
there.
y'all can use it.
Let me do some quick shout outs. Shout out to John Green, Dave Bell, Anthony Green, Billy, Where Your Girl At Turner, and Sheila Hunter. Well, they both showed up yesterday, so I just got to shout them out. Mad love to them. And, shout out to everybody paying attention, listening to what's going on. Right quick, this first stop to the next stop. We live, the Super Dave, along with Coach Kurt. We got some celebrities in the building. We got Serge, the sports star, Slick the Relic,
Fire Kenny.
and Steel the Great. We got Mousy in the house and Tiny holding it down. All right. And everything's flowing and pouring lovely here. So the question we got for Steel, right quick. Yeah, Mel Nelson watching, Scotty Scott. Also the phone lines is open 516-206-0711. 516-206-0711. Let us know, what do you think? If the Knicks could sweep tonight 4-0, could they put Cleveland to rest? What I want to ask the great right now is, with the Knicks' accomplishments, if they go all the way, I don't really want to get ahead of myself. Is Jalen Brunson the greatest Knick if they win?
I don't like that. I don't like that, and I hate when people do it.
Well,
You gotta respect to the people that.
Anthony,
You know what I'm
Either way,
saying?
exactly.
Frazier had like one of the best finals games, right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just read, like,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Let me get this done. Hey, talk to us. What's going on?
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, go back and put more wax on the car. Then you can come back inside. I don't care if it's done. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was talking to somebody. I got him out here waxing my car while it's raining outside.
Wow, it's raining.
Hold up. Is that
It's
the
raining
car?
over here.
Is that the car that was giving you a problem?
It's raining right now.
Yeah, that was. I got Max B out here for disrespecting Big Daddy Kane. I got him over here washing the car in the rain. He go. I got a little shrimp tail over here washing the car, and I got him putting wax on it too while it's raining.
All right.
He-
Shout
he
out to
picked his fit, but
John
he gonna get it
Green
done.
and shout out to Anthony Green. Go, thank you, Ant. Tiny here. He want to shout you out too.
Brother Tiny, I hope you got. I wasn't be able to make it, brother, but I paid my debt anyway. I made sure the debt was taken care of.
Yeah, I got that, man. Good looking, man. Good looking. Yo, anytime you
Looking,
want to do
bro.
another bet, I'm here. I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, I bet you the Knicks win tonight. Anybody there want to bet a case of water the Knicks is going to sweep them tonight?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Green. I gotta agree with you.
No bet. No bet.
Yo, I already got an inside tip. I know James Harden travel agent. They say he called this morning. Yeah, like what do you want? He wanted to book a flight for tomorrow. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah,
He
cool.
said, yeah, he booking a flight for tomorrow, so he know they going on vacation.
All right. All right.
They starting their vacation as of tonight. They start vacation, so
So it's all good.
That'll be
Give me the first thing.
How
out.
y'all brothers doing?
We
How
good.
y'all
we
doing
good.
up
good,
there,
brother.
man? First, I would like to say one thing. That OK series is one heck of a good series. That is one heck of a good series. To see that to see them two young teams go at it like the way they going at it, that is one heck of a good series.
Yeah.
And
Best
I'm not
of
gonna
three
take
now.
nothing away from Shea Alexander and his squad, and I'm not taking nothing away from the Spurs because they responded back very well yesterday. And then I would also say New York Knicks is on a running history thing. And if they can seal this deal tonight and close out and go ahead and win the championship, man, this would be a beautiful thing to see them the way they executed and just ran through the playoffs and got to the championship. That's a beautiful thing. Coach Brown, hats off to that brother with the mixing and matching, because I don't think Tibbs could have got them this far. He would grind them into the dirt.
At all.
I think Brown has a better game plan than sometimes we get upset at him when they losing, but he has a better game plan with that team and the way he's mixing and matching and bringing guys in on the bench, off the bench, and they giving him good minutes. I cannot smile enough and say if that was Tibbs, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, question.
we see-
Green, question.
Sure, brother.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, when I had this tirade, because I believe me and Still the Great who's sitting up here with me, we both didn't. We had a disdain for Tibbs because of certain things he did. And didn't you one time say, yo, Dave, I'm going to buy you a Tibbs blow up dial so you could heal?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I can stand to be highly corrected because
we all
remember when the Knicks when the Knicks first got there, when everything first started transforming, when Randall got there and then they started getting in players and stuff, everybody was kind of upset because the Knicks didn't get Durant and didn't get Kyrie. But then they wound up bouncing and turning around and getting in Jalen Brunson and everything else. Nobody saw what was going to be coming in and out of the door.
Right.
Even when they had got rid of Barrett and brought in OG Anunoby, people thought OG's always hurt up there in Toronto. He don't want to play for them.
Right.
Then he gets down here and he started having a little small knick-knack injuries, but he started just playing better. And he didn't have any injuries. Last season, he basically went all season without no injuries. And this season, he basically went again without no injuries. So it's like they forming this team. And then they went in the offseason and got a little bit better bench. They brought in Clarkson off the bench. And the other brother they brought in, he wound up retiring. So then they brought back Shamet. They say, okay, we're going to bring Shamet back in. He was the last to sign on to the roster.
Well, Shamet
and then
was there last year.
that was last year that Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, but Shamet was
last year. That was
But
last
remember,
year that Brogdon decided to retire.
Shamet, they picked him back up again this year.
Right.
They picked him back up in the off season because there was another guy that they picked up and they wanted him, but he wound up retiring.
No. That was last year.
The beginning of the
Malcolm
season.
Brogdon.
Yeah, beginning of last year.
Yeah.
I thought that was beginning of this year.
No,
Malcolm Brogdon retired.
Malcolm Brown retired.
Right.
He retired in preseason.
This season or last season?
This season.
Right.
This season.
This season. He retired this season.
Okay.
Before the season started.
See that?
He pulled that on the Knicks. He pulled that on the Knicks, and then the Knicks went on and just signed Shamet back. They was like, "Yo, we're gonna bring him back in here." So it was a mix and match thing with them. I was on the fence with Brown because I was like, "Man, I don't know who they're gonna get as a coach." But when they say they wanted Brown, I was on the fence with him. But then I was like, you know what? Let's see how he runs. Well, then how the team was running and playing, the mixing and matching, he was making it happen. And he got them to the championship cup and won it. Again, I had to give him my hats off to that coach. For him to get in the playoffs and then the way Atlanta jumped on the Knicks at first, and then he jumped on the Knicks for losing to Atlanta, and then the Knicks respond back and ran Atlanta right out of Garden and chased them all the way back to Atlanta and set them on fire in Atlanta. Yeah.
Right, Green, question. Go ahead.
Hold on. Nobody was talking about Brown until they made the switch to take the ball out of Brunson's hand and put it in Cat. making passes because they kept saying, "Yo, what they doing? What's up with this offense? He's pounding the ball so
Cat
much."
was saying it.
Right, and they kept saying that and they were saying that the father got too much influence.
Oh yeah,
and I still think he still has too much influence.
I do too.
Okay.
I do too.
I think the father plays a solid role because he gets in his son's ear, and then sometimes those players
to the players when they come get this guy, get that. I think he's saying too much.
Yeah. But they had one of the other assistants running the offense the other day too.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He did that, man. He did that.
Because I really don't know what the father's job
is. Hey, Coach, let me ask you a question. Uh-huh. Do you think that the father has a good influence on the son, or you think it's a fair amount to say that?
Oh, he has a great influence on his son.
He shouldn't be involved.
I don't know about the rest of the offensive thing because up until they changed that offense and put the ball in Cat hands, sometime it was still the same thing. Him pounding the ball.
Mm-hmm.
2/3 of the season, the offense was still the same.
Right.
And it didn't change until they put the ball in Cat hand and they were doing the cutting and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had to
Yeah,
because they would have gotten bounced the same way they was running that regular offense.
Yeah.
You know that he's jacking up 25 to 30 shots.
And I want to give Mike some credit too, man, for giving Brown his credit because he was using guys like Diawara off the bench throughout the season.
Yes.
So he's gonna be ready if they call on him in a finals. Even though we didn't see him all playoffs, we're gonna need him because of his size.
Yes.
Whether we play against OKC or San Antonio.
Yes. He's active.
Well, we might see him. We might see him tonight if the Knicks run him off the court. If Knicks run him off the court, we might see them tonight because he might get some play. And McCulloch might get some playing time.
Well, hold on 1 second, Green. Let me shout out Janine Smith, Sharon Rainey, Dr. Andrew, Albert, Andrew. Scotty Scott says, still, yesterday was a great choice to host the indoor cookout, and I will be revisiting the venue.
Man,
I disagree with that. Man. One guy is the GOAT with overtime. There's been so many other great players also. Why can't we move on from Tibbs? Coach Brown has a better and different team than Coach Tibbs. Okay.
They had a different bench. Come
on. I gotta say they got a semi-different bench towards last year's season. But my thing was Coach Brown would drive that team with the check engine light on with no oil, and he'd grind them dudes for another 10,000 miles. You'd be like, Coach, there's no oil in the engine. But he would grind them because at the end of the day, when they started complaining about, use the bench, fourth quarter, the Knicks would fall apart because they was dead tired from just playing. I think they first three players from Bridges, Hart, and Brunson, they logged in the most minutes in the NBA in playing basketball. I think yes, it is. Hart and them had the most. Look it up. Hart had the most. Him and Bridges had the most minutes played in the game.
Are you counting on Hart to score? Yes or no?
Hart or Harden?
Hart.
Listen, bro. Rather he scored or not, he was on the floor, right? How do you think you feel if you was running drills up and down the court all day?
Overall, those guys was averaging 35, 36 minutes a game. That's not major minutes. That's not.
Is major minutes.
Huh?
Okay, Kurt. Let's look this up
that's
real
major
quick.
minutes, but they wasn't playing 40 minutes. Right. So on occasions,
Kurt, let me ask you a question, Kurt. If you're running up and down the field, up on the court at a high rate, and you in second place in the league, and you running up and down at the high rate, you don't think that's a lot?
No, I don't.
And you got the most minutes on the team?
No, I don't.
And the big players are not playing. And when the starter complained to you about using the bench, you don't think that's a lot?
He get mad when you take him out. And because they depended on a lot on him, because he's doing a lot of the running around, the dirty work, whatever you want to call it. So it looks like a lot of times he's out of control.
Yeah, he all the time.
And, I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, all the time. He was pissed after game one when his ass was on that bench.
On that bench, right? Because a lot of times he's out of control. He's coming on the court. He's just moving so fast that he does gamble a lot. And a lot of times people see that that's not so much good because I used to always criticize Westbrook. Westbrook gambles a lot, and they criticize because
okay, Kurt. So let's go with this here.
Right.
And the top five players, I googled the top 5 players of the total minutes played in the 2004-2025 season was Mikal Bridges with 3,036 minutes, followed by Josh Hart 2,897 minutes.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards, 2,871.
Right.
Devin Booker, 2,795. And Shea Alexander follows behind with 2,484 minutes. So New York had the top two in the league.
Okay.
3,036 minutes. And Josh Hart was behind him with 2,897. Followed by Anthony Edwards with 2,871. Right? Now, when the guy who has 3,000 minutes complain about, can you use the bench a little bit? Can I just get a break? And one thing I would say about Mikal Bridges, he ain't consistent, but he don't get injured. I haven't seen him out yet from no game.
Yeah,
he's running that streak.
Yeah.
He's been running that streak with healthiness. If you don't think Coach Tibbs was driving that car with no oil, you I don't know which team you was looking at. He was driving that car with no oil with the check engine light on.
And I'm gonna throw this at you. Whether the Knicks
win, sir.
Whether the Knicks win or not, I think you should trade Bridges. I think you should trade Bridges.
All right, we're gonna move on to somebody else. Right now,
you know what?
Bridges,
you know what?
Still,
you know what? Is this Mongo saying that, or this is Coach?
That's Coach.
This is Coach.
You told me not to talk about them scrubs, and I've been quiet.
Yeah.
Hey, Mongo, you know what? Mongo, you know what?
I think you should.
Mongo, you know what? You shouldn't have said nothing about scrubs. I'm not gonna mention nothing about the Nets, and I'm not gonna. We gonna wait. I'm still waiting until football season starts before I mention your team name. I'm trying my best to be respectful and not mention your trash team name.
Hold your tongue,
but if you make me say their name, I will say Steelers. And I don't mean by them cats up there in the Bronx stealing tires. I'm talking about your team. Yeah. There's two different Steelers. You got the Steelers in the Bronx, and then you got the one that play in the NFL.
Oh, wow.
So
stay focused, Green. Stay focused. We gonna get at it.
I'm up there. You go to the Bronx, that's the den of thieves up there. You go outside, your car missing, or something off of it is missing.
That's why you moved down south.
Exactly. Listen, man. You know how much money I save in tolls and theft?
Yeah, I know that.
All right. So, all right. So, go ahead, Steele.
Now, Coach said something interesting, like trading Bridges, win or lose. If they win, they're not going to trade him because you don't want to break up the chemistry. If they lose, who are you going to replace him with? I mean,
well, that's the whole idea. You move him to get another small forward that will at least a 3-and-D guy that will go to the hole.
Yeah.
Because he does not going to the hole. He shoots the less free throws out of anybody or that starting five.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't attack the paint.
He don't attack the
his
basket.
game is mid-range.
Hey, Phil, I'm
drops the basket all the time.
Who would you actually trade him, or who you actually bring in the door for him? I hope you don't think James Harden is worth a worthy nod.
I would.
If we was to get rid of Bridges, I would try to target somebody like Devin Booker. It's clearly not working in Phoenix anymore.
No,
they're gonna end up moving on from him eventually.
You gotta give him some stuff.
But he's gonna end up. He's gonna end up probably in Detroit
or Orlando.
Devin Booker. Yeah, he's gonna end up in the East, probably somewhere like Detroit.
Okay, but would you see the Knicks wanting to get rid of Mikal? Even after
probably
what?
Not, but
win or lose.
I think that's the good move. You right there. You at the finals, and you get.
They're not going to do it because of politics, because of the Brunson family.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, they brought all his college teammates here, which I was pissed off them when they did that at first. DiVincenzo's not there anymore.
He's on his way back.
He was a trade.
Casualty of war.
Yeah, he was a casualty. They had to get rid of him, and he fell out.
Well, I think DiVincenzo, he's done because that injury he had done to his foot. I don't even see him really bouncing back even after he gets back on the court because he was already coming off the bench, and now he's coming off the bench hobbling now. So it's like it takes a while for that injury, and he's a little bit on the older side for that injury to really fully heal. He's not young anymore. So if you're looking at moving Mikal, still I kind of agree. Who would you bring? Like if you scan the NBA just with a quick eye and say who, not just a free agent, but who would you actually trade Bridges for that you would say, I'm going to get a better trade in on him?
There's talent everywhere.
It's talent everywhere, but like the obvious.
There is talent everywhere, but if you're going to replace somebody, you got to give me something better. Got to be something better than what I got already.
We as Knicks fans, of course, we want something better. See, we all when you talk about trades, we always say, "Yo, I want that guy. Let's trade him and get that guy." How do you know what the other team wants, right? Because they're not just going to give you whatever you want because I want that guy. You got to give them something that they can use or need, and give us something that we could use and need.
All right.
I think Alexander.
Would you bring LeBron James? Would you bring LeBron James in there for Bridges?
I would take him.
Alexander.
I would take him in a minute.
Kuminga.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, but
he's active though. Yes,
he's active.
He's active.
Those are the type of guys you talk. Cause you're not gonna get like a superstar.
Like I like the guy from the Pelicans. You know,
what guy?
The
Queen, Derek Queen.
No, I like Derek Queen, but I know he's young. They ain't giving him up. The 3-and-D guy. Oh man, I can't think of it.
Trey Murphy.
Yes, Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy,
yes.
or the other guy.
Thank
There's
you,
the other
sir.
small forward.
Yeah.
The other guy, because I think he's he's not a free agent, but he's.
So that means for the Knicks to give him up, there's going to have to be a value of a value.
Yes, absolutely.
That's going to be sometimes.
That's
going to be something that's going to be hard to match into, I guess.
Contract, his contract. You
Coach,
have to take back a
Coach,
contract.
Coach, let me ask you a question, Coach. Why would you give up on Mikal Bridges?
Why?
Yeah,
because he's not
already the team in third place, right? In the season, third place in the season.
Trying to upgrade your
They
team.
run
Always, even when
in
you
the
win.
playoffs. Do you still want to trade him?
Yes.
You want to trade that guy?
Yes.
Hold on.
You got to upgrade your team all the time. Yeah, Tiny.
Hold on, man. All right. First off, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
I disagree.
No. If it ain't, see, that's the thing. You're the type to wait till we damn near at the finish line, and then you want to make changes at the last second.
I said win or lose in the finals. I said trade.
Listen. The one thing that Mikal Bridges been doing, right? He's been coming in, and at the time he was needed, he showed up.
Yeah,
that's just it. It's the chemistry. Excuse me. The chemistry is working for now. We ain't have seen a better team of the Knicks like the way it is. Everybody on the team is playing their part.
Okay.
You don't go in there and just start ranking. Yo, let me tune this up right now. No, you don't do that. You're gonna mess up the chemistry. Let it work.
They've been together for what, 4 years now?
And look where they at.
No, he ain't been 4 years.
What Tiny is saying is right though, because Bridges is playing the role that he was brought here to play.
Okay.
Defense, and he's the third option right now, and he's been the most consistent player. He's shooting like 70-something%.
Yes.
Both seasons.
Nobody was saying that about a month ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we got a lot of things to apologize for.
But
nobody was saying that a month ago.
Him too. I ain't gonna lie. I was ready to ship him out of here.
Do you still sell the car? Nobody said it a month ago.
I mean,
are
I'm
we looking at him about what he did a month ago? Or are we looking at him for what he has done throughout the whole season and with the team?
Yeah, Green. We got to wrap it up with you, sir. For like last thing.
Hold on.
You know what?
Let me
All right,
say something.
Go, Tiny.
Let me tell you this, right?
I appreciate y'all letting me talk, Dave, and call on the radio station because normally I call ESPN first. But being that y'all answer the phone on the first ring, that's the only reason why I call. But you can kick me out. I've been kicked out of better places.
Hold up, bro.
I'm just tell everybody.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to keep the line open, bro. We love you, Green.
Whoever's listening, the one that's online, all the ladies and stuff, and the men, y'all can call up. They answer on the first ring over here. Get off the phone with ESPN and call me.
Yo, we love you, Green. We got other people waiting to get in.
Oh well.
I'll tell them to wait.
Be good,
call
man.
them wait.
And
Green is still on. Green is still on. Yo, thank you, my brother. We love you.
Let me tell you.
20 minutes to change.
Let me tell you what made. Let me tell you what made the Knicks so special this year.
Okay.
Right? When they won that championship thing,
the Emmys Cup.
Right. When they won that, they was showing you what kind of championship game it can be. Mike Brown was smart. He said, "Yo, okay, we're gonna keep playing this regular game or whatever because I know what y'all can do. When the playoffs come, we're gonna switch it up on them, and then we're gonna show the different ways that we can use these people and use them as the way we need them." And he waited to the playoff after that second game to make that switch up, and he messed up everybody's head.
Okay.
Because they became unstoppable since then. The proof is in the pudding. They have not lost yet since they changed that up. And then he's smart. He look at the other team the way they playing, and then he adjusts his team as needed as needed. Sometimes he brought Brunson back to run the ball again the same way, just because he was adjusting to the team. He's a very smart coach.
He definitely made it
right. So you ain't gonna break up something with the chemistry of them. They breaking records. They breaking records. They not losing. I'm gonna tell you too. I'm with Green. They're gonna sweep tonight because the one thing that they was consistent is finishing off a team.
Yes.
When it's time to finish off a team, they was not playing. They're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, they're gonna do the same thing tonight. They're gonna come in there. They're like, yo, we not playing no game. We're gonna finish them. And then when they do finish them, they're gonna win the championship.
Well, I wasn't afraid of Cleveland. We've beaten Cleveland in the playoffs before.
Yeah, they had no success against us.
Cleveland don't have heart. Yeah. And that's been their biggest problem. They got talent, but they don't have heart. They don't have one guy on that team, at least in the starters, that you would be afraid of, like, I'm taking control and you can't stop me and you ain't doing nothing about
it. They thought that about the other team.
What other team?
That they just played before they got here.
Philly?
No, they thought Philly. No. Cleveland. Who Cleveland win?
Cleveland beat Detroit.
Yeah, they beat Detroit.
Detroit can't score. That was their main problem.
Hold on. They thought Detroit was going to beat them too. See, this was what's good about the playoff.
Right.
The real beast come out of everybody when they play.
I know the playoffs are different.
Right.
But the problem I'm saying, like, I was kind of shocked that Cleveland beat Detroit. Detroit blew that when they had the big leads and they let Cleveland come back. It's because Detroit can't score. That's their problem. That's what they're gonna have to address in the offseason, getting scorers that can score without Cade doing everything.
But they wind up being the better team because they
won. Yeah, you better team won. So I give you that.
Stop coming up with all these excuses.
But that's the reason.
Because let me tell you what's going on with all these excuses, right? The teams that made it to the final, they made it there because they earned to be there.
Of course.
So they playing the best of the best. So when it comes down to it, it really comes down who's the better team.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the hotline.
It really comes down to the better team. We don't need to hear no excuses no more.
No.
That's it. Who's ever the better team. And then we're not going to mess up a thing that's working, that's actually working for us by worrying about because this person ain't
let me
doing
ask you a
that.
question. I understand you want the Knicks to win, and I do too.
Yeah.
You sure?
You think? Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think they could beat any of those Western teams?
Anything?
I want you to be straight about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you know why? I think right now, Mike Brown, once this game is over, Mike Brown is going to study those games and he's going to come up with a plan to beat them. Because we got all the good pieces to win that.
Okay.
And in my heart right now, I feel this is our year.
Okay.
This is New York year.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
I hear you.
I think that the fact that series is playing out the way that it's playing out in the West, the Knicks going to benefit the same way that they benefited against the Cavs.
Right.
They just slugging it out with San Antonio. So whoever we play, well, we already proved we swept San Antonio the whole season. So I'm not.
No, we was two. We were 2-1.
2-1.
Right.
Okay, 2-1. Nah, they played.
We played in the Emmys Cup.
They played in the Cup.
They played the Cup.
If you were paying attention, sir, the games
We got
count.
swept by OKC.
Right.
As far and I really look at OKC like, all right, their bench is okay, right? They just play together, just like how the Knicks play together. But talent-wise, I think the Knicks have more talent than OKC.
You do?
Well, I would agree with that if Jalen
the
wins.
best starting five.
If he's
in
healthy,
the league, even when he's healthy, best starting five.
Then I would disagree about
best starting five. Cat, Brunson, OG,
Hart,
and Bridges. In comparison to Holmgren, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Hartenstein. Who's the other two? Dort. And who? Will?
And
Jay Will. J-Dub.
Right, but J-Dub is out.
So then they got McClain and they got Mitchell.
AJ Mitchell.
We got Clarkson.
They got Isaiah Joe. They got
Wallace.
Jason Wallace.
Yeah. But we got a deep enough
and
bench.
the other Jay Will.
Yes. Right. We got a deep enough bench. But I don't really fear either team. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk the way that people think it's going to be if the Knicks do face any one of them.
Right.
I think it's going to be a dogfight, and I think if it goes 7, it'll benefit the Knicks.
I agree.
My only disagreement with that is because I know what's going to happen. They're going to double team Brunson, and they're going to take the ball out of his hands.
And
Cat,
ready for that.
And Cat can. I think Cat will hold his own against.
I'm talking about bringing it up the court. I think they're going to pressure him and take the ball.
I believe
Alvarado.
that. I believe that's
why you
correct.
bring Alvarado in.
Huh?
That's why you got Alvarado, another ball handler.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they're going to be ready for it.
I hope so.
And like I said, I mentioned names like Diawara. I believe that Mike Brown is going to use them against guys like OKC.
Right.
They got a deep bench as far as big wings.
Right. Yeah.
So you need to match up with those guys.
True. I hope you're right. I just be cautious.
But I'm gonna say this, man. Y'all got the best sports talk show hands down on Bars and Hoops Radio. I love it, man. I love when I hear y'all talk your talk, man. And I'm thankful that you invited me in here today.
Mungo,
we glad to have you.
I'm gonna wait now. So now we're gonna hear the dissenting end of this Knick run.
Okay.
Yes, you do have to play whoever it is that falls in front of you.
Yes.
But what happened is you played Atlanta, a young, inexperienced team, and you ran all over them.
Okay.
Then you got lucky
cut your mic
because the Celtics lost to a 76er team that had to go 7 games to beat them. And then you end up beating on a beat-up 76er team. Y'all taking credit like y'all beating up on great teams. Y'all ain't beat up yet.
Hold on.
Win.
Hold up.
I'm talking about Philly lost,
excuse
but
me,
they was
sir.
beat up.
Hold up, Serge. We got a caller. Go ahead, John.
Hey, how is the guys doing?
What's
All
up,
right.
John?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Mr.
But
Green.
you sound better, brother.
Listen, first of all, Dave, to answer your question from earlier in the show, the only way the Knicks will lose tonight is if Cleveland gets some sort of pride and considers a not in my house game.
He said some sort of pride.
Good answer, John.
Good answer.
Because the thing is that that's the kind of pride that Philadelphia didn't show in the last round.
Uh-huh.
But
All
the
right.
thing is, but if Cleveland says all of a sudden says not in my house, we may be coming back to the Garden day after tomorrow.
Okay.
CB.
All right. That is a good point. That is actually a good point. But we need to close them out tonight, and we would be it would be
you have like another week and a half
June
off.
3rd, back, which would be on a Wednesday, and we'll start the championship then. And
you have 9 days off here.
Right.
Correct. 8 days to be exact.
Right.
Hey,
But
can I address Serge?
Go ahead, Tiny.
Okay, yo.
but the thing is that I was listening to the game on Saturday night, and all this I said,
Hey, yo,
I kept waiting for Cleveland to make a comeback, and it just never came. I said, well, wait a minute. This was the 4th best team in the league in the East. And the thing is that they didn't show anything.
Right. Okay.
He didn't show anything. I said, my goodness, it's just. But one other thing, I'm going to go because I know your show ends in a little while.
Oh, we got 44 minutes. Good.
You know, with the rest of the league and stuff, that's the hardest thing in any sport to do. Because the thing is that everybody's looking for that one little edge to get ahead of the team in front of them and stuff. And the thing is that it's the crazy thing is, look at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they were number 2 in the East. This year they were 4th. I said the thing is that if they keep this up, they're gonna be prepared for the play if these basically adjustments don't work.
Right. So you think they're heading in the wrong direction, and Kenny Atkinson is a dead man walking.
Yeah, the thing is that every year there's going to be one or two new teams in the playoffs. That means there's going to be one or two teams that's not going to make it. So then you're going to have to take a look at who's going to try to make that adjustment to get back into the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, and also, but look out for. I'm gonna tell you, there's one city that you may have to look out for the next couple of years. Charlotte.
You think Charlotte's on the come up? I think Charlotte's the big man.
Charlotte had one of the best records in the league the last month of the season.
Okay, I think they need a decent big man to clog up the hole.
And they need a little veteran leadership.
Yes, they do.
And I think they're going to give people a problem. If not next year, the following year.
I think there's a lot of teams on the come up. Maybe Washington, depending on they get number 1 draft. And we will revisit that. You're on tape, Coach.
Okay.
I don't want to count nobody out that could improve, potentially improve.
I understand what you're saying, but anyway, I just wanted to say hello and just say that part about the Knicks and Cleveland tonight. Listen, you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week. All right?
Thank you. Appreciate your call, sir.
Thank you, John.
All right.
You take care.
Can I address Serge right now?
No, I don't know. Serge was
Didn't
finished.
even finish.
Yeah, I need a chance to finish.
So let's Serge finish.
'Cause like I was saying, Boston got knocked out. So you got a beat up Philly team to play in the second round, and they never showed up. After they lost the first two, they was done. They didn't even have a competitive bone in them for that series. Now you're playing a Cleveland team that looked the same way that Philly did, non-competitive. I get the Knicks is playing well, but these teams are not the teams that everybody thought the Knicks were going to play. I get it. You play who's in front of you, but sometimes things just fall in place where you get to look better than you actually are. And this is why I'm banking everything I got on the last round between San Antonio and OKC, because I believe both of them young teams are going to give the Knicks a handful.
Yes, they will.
Okay, so now here's the problem I got with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's give credit to where credit is due. The Knicks played that good where they made the team look like they couldn't play. Philly was playing some hard D on the Knicks, and they still went and got through. So
Joel Embiid was playing on one leg.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, just because you don't make the team be bad because you don't like the Knicks. You don't like the Knicks personally. They played a great game. They played a game so good, they made the other team look like they were broken up or they couldn't play.
And at the end of the day, OKC basically took the same route. They beat up on a Phoenix team that was garbage.
Yeah.
They swept them. Then they swept a Lakers team without Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves and a 40-something-year-old LeBron James. So they didn't really play anybody either. They got there by the skin of their teeth, and now they got all that they can handle now with San Antonio.
And that's true.
We'll see.
We will see, because if they don't get through, and even if it's San Antonio, I still think that either one of those two teams is more talented than the Knicks are, and I believe that they're going to give the Knicks hell.
Okay, I got two cases of water.
Uh-oh.
All right, I got a bet of 2 cases of water.
A better.
I'm actually, I usually don't bet on these games, but I'm going to take those bets this next round. I'm taking them bets because I 100% agree with Serge, because I feel that the Knicks are they the ones that be struggling with these teams. They are supposed to beat these teams.
Teams?
The teams that are their seeding is below them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to beat them teams. They ain't supposed to struggle. This series right now is supposed to be the closest series. This is 3 against 4.
Yes.
Right. This is supposed to be a closer series. But when you factor in the coaching, because Kenny is clearly getting out coached right now. It's clear that he can't handle playoff coaching.
Let me to your point. When the Knicks played the Cavs the last time, not last year. They didn't play the Cavs last year. The year before, who was the head coach?
I guess it was Kenny.
No, he wasn't.
I don't remember.
He wasn't there. That's right, because he wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can't say I.
But
Who was it?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I definitely don't remember.
Because you don't know basketball.
Okay.
When they beat him that time, when they beat him that time, it's the same.
But you ain't making your point. Make your point. Hold on.
No, first you said because it was Kenny. Now to the point that Serge made.
Okay,
Wait
so
a minute,
all right.
I'm gonna get back to you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get back to you. To the point that Serge made that Philly was beating Boston. So what does that say about Boston? What does that say about Detroit losing to? They were 1 and they were 2.
Mm-hmm.
They both had good seasons, right? What does that say that Philly and Joel Embiid was beat up when they played against Boston?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say about Boston? It ain't got nothing to do with that the Knicks they played the Knicks and they were beat up. Embiid was beat up playing against Boston.
He was playing under duress too. He had just came out of surgery.
Right. So that what is that? What are you doing?
No, I was gonna
So-
forget.
But he
It
was the
doesn't say
same way.
much.
He was the same way when they beat.
Right, when they came play the Knicks.
Well,
He was right. So he was beat up just coming off an injury because he was out for a while.
Yeah, surgery though. I mean, he had.
So what?
it's a
But he
di-
came
that's a
back.
difference.
If you on the court, you healthy. Don't tell me that he was hurt. There's a difference between injury and a difference between being hurt. There's a big difference. So if you're hurt, you can play. If you injured, you ain't playing. He got on the
If you're
court.
incapacitated,
They beat
you're
Philly.
not playing.
So they beat.
You can be injured.
So they
and
beat
play.
the number 2 seed, and he just coming off an injury. What does that say about Boston?
Let me say.
Hold up, Serge. Let me hear the answer to that. That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that says about Boston because Boston actually was overplayed their whole hand the whole season.
Right.
So they wasn't even. As a matter of fact, if you look at it that way, the Knicks was actually favored to beat everybody in the East, and they still ended up in
They
third
was
place.
favored to beat Boston.
They was favored.
They
In
come
the
out
beginning of the
'cause
season,
Tatum
preseason,
was hurt.
they was the
Tatum
pick
was
for
hurt.
everybody
Right.
in the East.
Oh, I'll give you
They
that,
was
yeah.
not supposed to be behind Detroit or Boston.
Right.
But they ended up the season
Right.
behind
Detroit was
both
a
of those
surprise,
teams.
Yeah,
actually.
everybody got surprised by
Plus, you got
Detroit.
the fact that Boston had some controversy in their house also.
That
Oh,
came
Tatum
out
was
later
hurt.
on the-
Tatum
And
was hurt.
Tatum
Still
came
there.
back late, and that might have threw their chemistry off a
threw the
little bit
chemistry
too,
off. Exactly.
because he wasn't in the flow
Right, he
But see,
wasn't.
the
like-
way that they
but
should have
see-
been.
but see, like I
But
said-
still, they beat a flawed team, and the Knicks beat a flawed team because I understand what you're saying about being healthy and not being injured,
Right.
but Joel Embiid was not Joel Embiid.
No, he
was
wasn't.
not Joel
He wasn't.
Embiid
Now,
that
he does make
that,
he
that
makes a
normally
difference.
kills the Knicks.
Yes,
He didn't have no kind of game like that. And then a lot of the guys that played well against Boston, VJ Edgecombe for one.
Right.
His game against the Knicks wasn't that
Well,
great,
he's a rookie. I don't
but he
expect-
looked great against Boston.
That's Boston. That's Boston.
Your point. Exactly your
Right,
point.
Right.
It beat them.
Right.
And so if you can look great against one team, what's the hold up against, and you're a rookie,
Right.
what was the hold up against the Knicks? The Knicks defense is that much better than Boston's defense?
Obviously.
Yeah, I think
Obviously.
so. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the proof is in
Well-
the pudding. Look
Each-
where they at.
Each team that you play presents a different
We'll
problem.
We'll see you in the finals. That's all
No,
I'm
I
saying.
do
We'll
believe-
see in the
I still
finals.
believe that OKC defense is better than the Knicks.
I
still
believe
think-
Wemby's
Manchester-
and the San Antonio's defense is better than the Knicks with Wemby.
Well, they're playing better right now,
Yeah.
but the Knicks did beat them twice during the season. Not that that means anything when the playoffs start, and I get that. I
You
truly
sound like
get
you're
it.
using analytics.
No, well, I'm a Knicks fan, so I do want the Knicks to win. Now, to get back what you were saying,
Right.
I forgot that point, but remind me again, please, real quick. You forgot to.
I was bringing up the fact that you guys had played the
Cleveland.
the seeding.
Oh, the seeding.
And I was telling you, You was talking about Cleveland. Kenny wasn't there 3 years ago.
Right.
So,
and I think the
so what was the
wasn't they 3-4 before?
Yeah, but what was the final series? What was the finals of that series? 4-3, 4-2.
I don't remember.
A sweep.
I don't remember. No, it wasn't a sweep.
Right. So this is the difference.
When Cleveland and New York played 2 years.
This
ago.
is the difference I'm talking about.
Huh? Yeah, but it wasn't a sweep. 4-2.
It wasn't a sweep.
No, it wasn't a sweep.
This is the difference I'm talking about. Kenny enables y'all to get the sweep because he doesn't do anything else but do a certain thing. Hold on. But this is why Boston got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Boston got in trouble with Philly because they didn't change their game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Knicks beat them last year because they didn't change their game last year.
Exactly.
Well, that's the coach's problem.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm telling you.
so
So you bringing up Cleveland. When you brought up Cleveland,
Right.
you said, what's the big deal? Because we beat Cleveland 2 years ago. Y'all didn't sweep Cleveland.
But the core
Y'all
of the
was-
team was still there.
Y'all was better than Cleveland. Y'all didn't sweep them. Y'all were better than them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And we
Now,
better than them this year.
yeah, you're better. You're clearly better. Your coach is definitely better.
But you had
than
a different.
I don't know if your players. I don't know if the team match up team to team, player to player is better than them. But the coach is clearly better than Kenny.
My point was, the core of the team 2 years ago with Cleveland is still there.
Uh-huh.
You had Allen, you had Mobley, and you had Mitchell. Yeah, Harden wasn't there because they had Garland.
Uh-huh.
But the core of the team is
Harden
still.
got hurt in y'all series or no? When
Harden
did he
wasn't
get?
on
I
that
mean,
team
Garland. I mean,
Right.
when did he get hurt?
He didn't get
No,
hurt.
when did he get
played.
hurt? Oh, he played.
Last
Okay.
year he got hurt.
He got hurt
But
last
they
year.
had the
Okay.
best record. They changed coaches.
Right.
They came into the playoffs with the best record.
Right.
Right. Now, granted, they play a different style in offense, different coaches, different aspect.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. All right. And I understand it. But we beat them because the core of the team, they still soft. No matter what. They're a soft team. They don't play physical, they don't play hard.
Right.
So once you were able to knock them off and they take a step back. They don't go hard after yet.
Right.
So that's the difference. The same core is still there.
Right.
So you're saying the coach's style, yes, that may make a difference on somewhat, but they still there.
Okay.
Now, I do have some trivia. I'm gonna say. Oh, I'm gonna say it real quick. Can you name 10 players that came straight from high school into the NBA?
One is LeBron, of course.
LeBron James, yes.
Let's get that out there.
All right.
Well, you want me to answer these questions?
Kobe,
Kobe's another one.
KG,
Kevin Garnett. Okay.
Kwame Brown,
Well, I'm talking about decent players.
Oh, that means he ain't on the list.
Bill Willoughby.
Yeah.
He wasn't
straight out of high school.
You was
I know.
too
I
too
said
young,
decent
coach.
players.
You was too young, coach.
Moses Malone.
Moses on there.
Moses. Kevin Garnett. He said Kevin Garnett.
Stoudemire, I think.
Stoudemire's another one.
I think that's it, right?
Anybody else? No, I said 10. There's 10 players.
10.
Yeah, actually, it's more than
Tracy
that.
McGrady.
No.
He didn't even put him on there.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady's another one.
Is he on there?
Yes. Tracy McGrady
Why
came
you
out of
say
high
no?
school.
Oh.
Anybody else?
Let me.
High school?
Straight out of high
Straight
school.
out of high school. Y'all missing some big names. Come on.
Straight out of high school.
Oh, LeBron.
He said LeBron. LeBron was the first one.
Straight out of
What about
high
you, Steele?
school.
Straight out of high school.
10 players.
10 players.
Straight out of high
LeBron
school.
was said, Kobe was said, Garnett, Moses Malone,
And
T.
Amari
Mac,
Stoudemire.
Stoudemire. So
So you
far.
got 4 more?
No, well, there's
That
more.
had an impact in the NBA?
Yes,
Or just in general?
impact.
Makes it
Harder when you say that.
10 players. Straight out
straight
of
out of
high
Team
school.
like y'all named Team like, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy was rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
I can tell you the team he went to.
Did Sean Kemp come straight out of high
Yes,
school?
he did.
Ah.
He was supposed to go.
I
to
forgot
college,
about
but
Sean Kemp.
Something happened.
Is Lou Williams on there?
Who? Lou Williams. Yeah,
Okay.
Lou Williams. This guy, Orlando. That should be easy, man.
Dwight Howard.
There you go.
Forgot about Dwight Howard.
That's 10?
Yeah, huh? No, that's 8.
Had an impact in the league.
Had an impact.
DeJuan Wagner came out.
Any white?
He scored
Who?
100.
Who?
DeJuan Wagner, but he
He
didn't do anything.
he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing in college. either.
Yeah, he went to
Well, I mean, he didn't go
college.
to college, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
No, not
He's
the
still
flip.
in college.
Not that one. Not that one. The one he talking about.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith's another.
J.R. Smith, that's right.
Hey, give me a. I didn't hear no bing.
That's because he's not over there.
He's not over there. He's over here.
No.
Okay, I'll give you another one.
Jermaine
There you go.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah.
That's 9. It was J.R. Smith. I didn't put it. in the top
Right, I'm
10.
gonna say you named 12 guys, but he's not on there. The
Now,
guys you-
I had J.R. Smith here, but I didn't put him in the top 10.
as well.
Who?
Jonathan Bender.
Nah, he
You don't count?
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
Oh,
Bad knee.
man O'Neal was good.
Oh, what's the kid that played for the Lakers, the center?
Kwame Brown.
he's not on there.
No, the other guy,
Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum.
Bynum.
He's on there, Kurt?
I didn't put Bynum, but I give him that.
All right, well, we
I
got,
give it.
we got
Why shouldn't he? He was the champion. Didn't he
But
win a
also-
championship?
Remember, he also did some egregious.
He was on that
That
team
was
against the
later on.
Celtics.
That was later.
He was on that team against the Celtics?
I think so.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy was at Golden State.
Oh, Sean Livingston.
No, but that's a good one. But that's not who I was talking about. Sean Livingston. Because he didn't really do much until he got to Golden State. Remember, he kept getting hurt.
He came out of high school, went to Golden State.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
You're talking about the guy you talking about?
Yes.
Sean Livingston.
No. This guy, matter of fact, he was there with Curry when Curry got drafted.
Oh, Monte Ellis.
There you go.
I was gonna say him.
Forgot him.
Right. One more guy I got.
Okay, you want to give us a hint?
He was
Lifeline.
He got drafted by the Celtics.
Cool man.
Came out of high school. He got drafted, I think, the year before Kendrick Perkins, who also came out of high school.
Kendrick Perkins didn't go to college.
No, he did not. Kendrick Perkins, I think, came out of Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
He was there the year before. He's either the year before or the year
He
after.
had success.
Yes.
Antoine Walker. No, he went to college.
Yeah, he went to Kentucky.
Did they
Got
all?
drafted by the Celtics.
Oh, no.
And if I say the name, y'all would know it.
Hold up. He's a guard or forward center.
Center.
Oh,
On the tip of your tongue, I know.
Yeah.
Nah, Big Baby played for LSU.
Right, he did.
That's
Shout out to Nez. Shout out to
Is that the
Janine
only
Smith,
tribute?
James
No,
Berry,
no,
Greg
no.
Erskine.
No, you got
Yeah, you got that one.
Al Jefferson.
Al
I could have
Jefferson.
sworn he went to college.
No, he did
One
not.
dribble king.
Yes.
in the post.
Yes.
Oh my
And
God.
spin right over you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Al Jefferson.
Al
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Okay.
Al Jefferson.
Okay. This one is a little hard one.
Okay, you have to give us a white
Only
line.
team in the NBA that does not have a white guy on the team.
Philadelphia 76.
Oh, you must have saw it.
I had it last week, but I didn't want to. So it ain't that hard. hold up. I was look. He gonna accuse me of looking at his page.
You've been done that
He's
before.
holding on to that answer.
No, I saw. I was the one that gave.
He saw it on Facebook.
No, I was the one that gave the quiz or whatnot. So first of all, and keep it a buck. When we used to play at Coach Gym when we was younger,
Yeah.
I would come with the basketball digest giving the quiz.
Injury-free.
Right. I was giving the quiz, but he liked it so much how I was giving it, he figured he tried to master it. So moving on. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, everything's great. We moving right along. I just want to put in a plug that if anybody want to go fishing, we're doing a fishing trip the 5th and the 6th, me and Mike, and we're going to Hiatus Point. Like last week, Mongo came back with some porgies. He didn't offer nobody none, but it's all good. Okay, it's all good. But we going. We going. We gonna go up to Hiatus.
When's that
Point,
trip?
June 5th and June 6th. We leaving. We leaving on the 5th.
They full of mercury.
We coming back on the 6th. Listen, wherever the fish are from, they all swim in the same ocean, so it's all good.
If you wait 2 weeks, you can take your Nick team with you.
Yeah,
See,
Serge,
now,
Serge,
again, just giving these guys equal time. You know, they are so lost at sea. On the 5th and the 6th, I'm gonna see if we can bring them to shore.
Yeah.
All right, because they are with Brooklyn and they've been going. They was going before the season started. So right, they was going fishing
before tip-off.
right before in the preseason. They like, yo, we got a good team.
Well, I'm gonna say just like I say about the Yankees. It don't matter what you do during the season, even in the playoffs. If you don't win the whole thing, it was a waste of season.
Wow.
And I'm a big Yankee fan.
Well,
they go to playoffs every year, and we ain't won since 2009. So it's a waste of 17 seasons.
Now I'm gonna take Mongo Page, fire Brian Cashman like you want to give me the kid. but the reality, though, in baseball, if you finish in the money, you know, you get some type of credence, and you know they keep you coming back.
Well, they in the money. Yankees in the money all the
Every
time.
year,
right? So
we
I
ain't
mean,
won the big one.
it's just 2009 when they beat the Phillies. I
Exactly.
get it.
It won the day 4-3, 9th inning, 2-run scored. They was down 3-2.
Oh, all right. Kudos.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
So we got a big comeback win again today.
Go ahead, Tiny.
Yeah, before we go somewhere else, I just gotta say this real quick, right? I'd like to thank y'all for your participation in this year's annual barbecue. It was on the inside. And I was running around so
I mean, you should have
crazy.
been over here. You could
No,
come
no,
over
no,
here.
no, hold on. Now. You good. We was running around so crazy that I forgot to do one of the most important things I was supposed to do. And I was supposed to acknowledge first stop to the next 5 years of supporting and being a part of Bars and Hoops. You know what I'm saying? On the strength of me and Stills and the whole team, we appreciate y'all 100%. And I was supposed to do that yesterday, and I apologize for that because y'all was supposed to be acknowledged for the time that y'all put in on Bars and Hoops Radio, and we appreciate you.
All right, we appreciate you too. But
We
like,
appreciate you more than you know.
right? Well, listen, there's a lot going on. So I want to say, like, as far as on behalf of my whole team, and like we all family here,
right?
And it's important, and like I just think it's like uplifting. So like, you know, like shout out to Anthony Green because he always say it, and he always say, "Yo, y'all got something special going on here." So, and when you think about it, like most of us retired, you know, some of us ain't retired, but some of us are retired, and like we get together, and you know, we don't wholeheartedly agree on everything because people got their own teams or whatever, but it's something to do, and it's something to bring people together, and it's an uplifting thing.
Right.
So it's more about the camaraderie that we have, the togetherness that we have, the spirit, and what we like doing,
right?
What we like talking about, and bringing people together and just sharing it. So it's a great experience for us as well as the people that we embrace and the people that support us. So I mean, that is really important to us.
Right.
So I look forward to doing the annual barbecues. I mean, so and I mean, as far as like, you know, like my man Norm, like he just said, like, you know, he looked forward to revisiting the place, and
right.
he was pleased with being up in there. Like, I'm like, yo, I just think that if we would have been here yesterday, and for whatever reason, and we accepted that, I think it would have been off the hook. I think the volume would have been just crazy,
right?
And people would have been like, yo, this is all right, you know. But like people like yesterday, you know, their comments were like, yeah, it was nice, you know, it was definitely nice. So we gotta appreciate the people that support us, and we gotta appreciate y'all for helping us be here, as well as y'all appreciate us.
Right, definitely.
And again, I appreciate my whole crew that's with me. So
Absolutely.
Like, I say Coach, I say Serge, I see Mongo, Todd, Greg, D. You know, I appreciate all of them.
Chocolate dip, right?
Chocolate drop.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That's whatever we want to call
He's
it.
correcting you now.
Don't get it.
Whatever we want it to be.
don't get it twisted. But yeah.
I told y'all been teasing me, not showing me commenting.
She over there blushing. I done named him. He's something else.
I put him on the spotlight.
A moment in the spotlight. Yeah, so I mean, you know, and I wanted to do, you know, I had my little. I want everybody to prepare something like the major sports, like, you know, I did football, so I just listed all the Super Bowls, and then I would have shot to people like, well, who was the MVP of this season? You know, of course, people like, yo, you look at it and you look at all the lists and whatnot, and you try to just throw your mind back to what it is. You know, it's like a little trivia, but who was the MVP of this season?
Of what?
Right.
This
Or
season?
whatever
whatever
season.
season
But
you're
yeah,
talking
I mean,
about.
I bought it with me, but like, you know,
You can run a couple of them.
I mean, I can, it's for sure.
Oh, before
Go ahead.
Coach get upset, we want to give equal time to the Mets. They losing 7-1 in the seventh inning. I don't want you to think I'm not thinking about your team too.
I'm not thinking about this, to be honest with you.
I know how you get upset when we talk Yankees.
We use a grand slam in the damn ninth inning.
So let me.
man.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
No, I'll be glad
No,
about
no,
bringing that up.
no, because I got a question for y'all.
About the
Since
Mets?
No, yes.
Okay.
Since based on what he said, will a Nick championship like ease how you feel about the rest of your team?
Yes.
Okay.
Orange and blue skies,
You're
baby.
just in a championship drought.
Well,
so you just need one team to win.
It's been
and you'll
longer.
feel better.
It's been longer for the Knicks than
Right.
it has been for the Mets.
Right.
So,
But
86,
the Knicks
73.
winning, the Knicks winning will ease the Mets losing. You'll be fine.
All right,
How long will that last?
hold on. All right, John. Go ahead, John. You back? Well, John, you got something on your mind?
Daryl Dawkins.
Darryl
okay.
Dawkins, absolutely
I
right.
forgot about that.
Oh man, you
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry.
Right,
I'm
John.
sorry. I'm sorry, John. I saw you. I saw you shot that. I saw you shot that, but
Yeah.
Coach was saying superstar, so I sort of ignored
That was
it.
a good one.
He was
Okay,
relevant.
okay, guys.
He was real relevant.
Dawkins was relevant.
He was relevant.
His name is Dunks.
I don't know what happened.
I forgot about
He was
that.
breaking backboards.
Yes, he was.
All right.
Right.
So let's just go. All right, hypothetically, 1980, the Super Bowl was in the Rose Bowl, Pasadena. And Mongo,
Who was the
who was
teams?
the
participant.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the
Oh,
Dallas
That's
Cowboys.
Bradshaw.
Okay, that was no, that was I was wrong.
Yeah.
That was 79, and
That
that
was
was at the
Bradshaw,
Orange
too.
Bowl, right? But did he win back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs?
Yes.
Very good. He did. That is correct. All right, so let's scroll on down to the next year.
How you say that?
Let's scroll on down next year, January 25th, 1991, the Superdome, New Orleans. Oakland Raiders, 27, Philadelphia Eagles,
That's 1981.
10. I said the next season.
That's
That is
Plunkett.
correct.
That was Plunkett.
Plunkett.
Okay, go on. Mongo on the hot seat. He on fire.
I told you I know football.
All right, look, perhaps.
Knock it off.
All
I know
right.
80s football and
Ooh.
70s football.
All right, well, let's go to the next year, the Silverdome. 49 is 26, the Bengals 10.
That was
Joe Montana.
yeah, that was Joe Montana.
Very good.
That was Joe
All
That was
Montana.
easy, man.
All right, so we're going to keep it easy. The next year, January 20th, 1983, Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California. The Washington Redskins 27, Miami Dolphins 21.
That was
Wiggins?
Wiggins.
Very
Wiggins.
good.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get a little difficult for you here.
Uh-oh.
Hold up, they answering this, all of us.
Well, nah, you said you know football.
I done named 4 already.
All right, yeah, that might be your capacity.
Get Tiny and Steele up in.
That might be your capacity. Have a seat. All right, go sit in the corner now.
If they don't know, then I might. If
I
remember.
Let's go. 84, Tampa Bay Stadium, Los Angeles Raiders, Washington Redskins, 38-9.
Los Angeles Raiders and the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Come on, Serge.
Marcus Allen.
Very good.
Good, sir. That's a good one.
Next year, 1985, January 20th. Stanford Stadium, California. 49ers 38, Miami Dolphins 16.
Man, Serge.
I'm trying to think. Did they
That's
give that
49.
to? I know, but did they give it to Joe Montana again or did Jerry Rice win?
No, that was Montana again.
That's correct. 1986, Superdome, New Orleans, Chicago Bears 46, New England Patriots 10. Who was
that's the quarterback.
I know. I think that was Richard Dent.
That is correct, Bongo.
Richard Dent?
Yeah, you on the roll. Kurt, you got that wrong. I didn't even give you the All right, anyway. 1987, let's go. The New York Giants 39.
Come on, y'all got it.
Denver Broncos 10.
22 for 25. Right?
Was that Phil Simms?
Yeah.
That's correct. Go ahead.
25.
Go ahead. 1988.
Let him answer the question.
Washington Redskins 42. The Denver Broncos 10.
Doug Williams.
Go for it. Here we go. All right. The next year, 1989, Joe Robbie Stadium. San Francisco 20. Cincinnati Bengals 16. Who was?
No. Steve Young was on the team then.
Yeah, no, that was still Montana. He hit John Taylor to win the game.
Wrong.
That was
That's
Jerry.
wrong.
Wrong. What'd you
It
say?
was Jerry?
That's correct.
That's what I was trying to figure out because I knew Jerry Rice won one year, but I know John Taylor was one who caught the touchdown to win the game.
Right.
Okay, 1990. 49ers, Super New Orleans. They keep going to New Orleans. San Francisco 55, Denver Broncos 10.
That was Steve Young.
Yes.
Wrong.
Hold up, son. You said who? Who?
1990.
Who was the team he played against?
The 49ers 55, the Denver Broncos
Oh
10.
yeah, that was Montana again.
That's correct.
You're right. Young got the next one.
All right, let's go to 91. Tampa Bay, Florida Stadium. The New York Giants 20. The Buffalo Bills 19.
Yep, OJ.
Who?
OJ answers.
Very good. Go, Mongo.
He
1992.
answered that.
Metrodome, Minneapolis. Washington Redskins 37. Buffalo Bills 24.
That was I think that was Mark Ripien.
Very good.
Mark Ripien, yeah.
Mongo's on fire.
That's the one when Buffalo went 4 years ago.
Yes.
That wasn't but that was
that was number 2. Yeah, number 2 for them. 1993, the Rose Bowl, Pasadena. The Dallas Cowboys 52, Buffalo Bills 17.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's that third one right
Then okay, the fourth and final one for the Bills at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta,
Dallas
1994. Dallas Cowboys 50, Buffalo Bills 13. There you go, Emmitt Smith.
This is why I start getting shaky because I hate the fucking Cowboys. Hey. Oh, my bad.
All right, so
I ain't gonna Kurt too much.
all right, January 29th, 1995, Joe Robbie Stadium, 49ers won. Dallas Cowboys 26. The Denver Chargers, the San Diego Chargers 26. Who won? Well, who was his MVP in that year?
What was the teams?
49ers and the Chargers.
That's isn't that Steve Young?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's Steve Young.
All right, 1996, January 28th, 1996. In San Diego, the Dallas Cowboys 27, the Pittsburgh Steelers 17. Is that where your mind go, Blank?
The cornerback, I forgot his name. I don't even want to know his name.
Everson Walls.
No, it wasn't Everson.
All right. Okay, you're gonna come
it's
up.
the cornerback, whatever his name is.
You're gonna come up blank, but you got it.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know his name.
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown.
Okay,
never to be seen from me.
97, 1997. You said he went to the Lakers?
Raiders. He
Oh.
profited off of that game.
All right, Superdome in New Orleans. Green Bay Packers 35, New England Patriots 21.
What year was that?
Wasn't that
Brett
97.
Favre, right?
That's-
Yeah, it had to be
97.
Brett Favre.
That was Brett Favre, I think.
Wrong.
It's Rogers.
No,
Rodgers
Rodgers
wasn't there
lost.
yet.
Green Bay was
Rogers did win.
Wait,
though.
what was who played?
the final January 20th,
Oh, that's the
1997.
Patriots winning.
That was Green Bay 35 and the Patriots 21.
That's not Brett Favre. So
35 to 21. That was
97.
Sterling Sharp.
yeah, I'm gonna say Sterling Sharp.
How about Desmond Howard?
Desmond.
Oh, the punt returns and all that.
Mhm.
That's right. You're right.
I didn't make it up. I'm only going by
Yeah, I
what's
forgot about that. Punt.
98 in San Diego Stadium. The Denver Broncos 31. The Green Bay Packers 24.
Well, that's what's the quarterback.
Say it.
98.
John Elway.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Then it's a running back.
Right.
Correct.
Ricky,
Terrell.
There you
Davis.
go. There
I was
you
gonna
go.
say Ricky Davis.
There
Terrell
you
Davis.
go.
Ricky Terrell, one of them, right? All right, let's go with 99.
No, it wasn't.
Let's go
You
with
said, you set my man Surge up.
let's go with
You were supposed to say
1999.
John Elway, so they
January
said you was wrong.
31st, 1999. Denver
He's not on
Broncos.
football.
That was John Elway.
That's correct. 34 to Atlanta 19. Let's go with 2000.
25 to 1.
St. Louis Rams against the Tennessee Titans. This was
That's
one of
Kurt Warner.
Yeah. Best game on turf, right?
Could be Marshall.
Kurt Warner. Let's go with it. That game that the Titans should have won, but they folded like a house of cards. All right. This one maybe still should remember this. January 28th, 2001. Raymond James Stadium, Tampa Bay, Florida. The Baltimore Ravens 34, the New York Giants 7.
Who's MVP?
There you, I know you. A little sauce there. All right, let's go. First Super Bowl in February 1st, 2004. No, let's back up.
Let's do some earlier.
2003. Tampa Bay 48, Oakland Raiders 21. Somebody tell me what happened during that game.
Say the game again.
2003, January 26th at Quantum Stadium, San Diego.
That's when Rich Gannon was Raiders quarterback.
Tampa Bay 48,
Tampa
the
Bay
Oakland Raiders 21. What happened at that game?
Right. That's the game they think was fixed.
No.
Yeah, yes, it is. That's
No,
the game
that's
they say
not the
was
game.
fixed.
No, that's not the
That is the game.
That's not what we're talking about.
Wait a minute.
I know you're
OJ?
right.
No, the
No.
infamous
No,
flap
OJ
with
was
Janet
doing-
Jackson.
This is the game with
The infamous
Jerry
flap
Rice.
with Janet Jackson. All right.
This is the game with Jerry Rice, Rod Woodson, and Rich Gannon's on the Raiders.
What's the name? The wide receiver that went to Tampa Bay from the Jets.
All right, let's go.
He was on
2000
Tampa Bay.
Who was that?
Oh, Keyshawn Johnson.
Right.
I'm talking
Remember,
about
he
Keyshawn.
didn't play.
Dexter
They didn't
Jackson,
play
he
him
was a
much.
free
Right,
safety.
right.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dexter Jackson, free safety. All right, the next year, February 1st, 2004. It was in Houston, the New England Patriots 32, the Carolina Panthers 29. Everybody should know who this is.
Tom Brady.
That is correct.
Do some early ones, man.
You want to go to early ones,
He went
Kurt?
to the 80s.
No, he didn't. Earlier than that.
Oh,
all
right.
All been going on way before that.
In the 80s.
All right, Kurt. All right, we're going to pacify Kurt.
Thank you.
1976, Orange Bowl, Pittsburgh Steelers 21, Dallas Cowboys 17.
That wasn't the quarterback.
No.
No, that was either Lynn Swan or
Franco.
John Stowell.
No,
right?
it wasn't. No, it was either Franco.
No, you wrong, Mongo.
I'm
It
wrong?
was Lynn Swan.
That's what I thought. That's when he made those catches.
My bad.
All right,
Come
let's
on, man.
let's
Remember, you was a baby.
Baby what?
Oh, I know.
All right, 1975. We
I
going
said
up,
80s
Coach
football.
Kurt. We going
Knock it off,
back
Kurt.
up.
Okay, go ahead.
1975, Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, Pittsburgh 16,
That's
Minnesota Vikings 6.
That's Franco.
Minnesota Vikings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Franco.
That's correct.
Okay.
See, I just got the years mixed up.
Yeah.
All right, Rice Stadium, 1974, January 13th.
Rice Stadium.
Rice Stadium.
Damn, that's
Miami Dolphins
Bob
24.
What year you said? What?
Next.
Miami Dolphins 24. Minnesota Vikings 7.
Yo, he funny.
Oh, okay, we done. Okay. Well, no, we done. We about done. We still recording.
Yeah, it's 29.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, we close. I guess we need to
You
close.
said
it out.
Miami and who else?
Minnesota Vikings 7.
Like you said, that's Bob Greasy.
No.
No.
Running back.
Larry Zonka.
There you go. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up. But I mean, that was good. Y'all was pretty sharp. Y'all was pretty sharp with that. But all right, so we good.
I was actually trying to get the early one.
All right. Well, it wasn't.
another time.
It wasn't too much earlier. 67 to 75.
10 years.
No, 67 to 74. We was working our way up. We was working
you
our way
working
backwards. Right.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, great show, everybody. We appreciate Steele for coming in, hanging out with us.
Definitely.
Let's go, Knicks. Orange and blue skies, baby. Ice. D Gauze, let's close it out. Thank you, Tiny. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead, D.
Good show.
All right, time. Go ahead, Develop.
Fire Kenny.
You really lost the C, Serge. Boo. Back to you too, sir. All right. Coach, let's go, Knicks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. We see y'all next week. Thank y'all. Peace.
Now.
Better get it on there by next week.